welcome in. How are you all doing this weekend? It got a lot hotter today, as you can tell from my outfit. But yeah, it was like a nice, cloudy, cool summer day yesterday, and it was quite nice. But today, it suddenly got a lot hotter. So I don't know if it's supposed to stay hot. I don't know. I'm sure a lot of you guys, it's a lot hotter for you. But for me, I don't have AC. Look at my massive windows letting all the sun in, it's hot. I guess it's not supposed to stay hot for too long, so I'll just survive and sit here. Although I close my windows to stream because it's like, if people are like sitting on their balconies, they can hear everything I'm saying. It's a bit embarrassing. But I close my windows. I close my windows, and it's actually I realized that like I don't have like really bad hay fever or anything like that, but I have like mild allergies to something. And I was sneezing all morning, so I guess it's probably good to close my windows at this point. But yes, it's not too bad. I don't know what I'm allergic to because sometimes I feel like I'm really sneezing a lot, and then I check the pollen counts, and it it doesn't seem that high. So maybe like it's something else. Maybe it's like grass. Maybe I'm allergic to touching grass, perhaps. That could be possible. Or don't know what else. I don't know what else is in the air that I could be allergic. Or maybe it's inside. I don't know. But yeah. How's the weather for everyone else? It's not too bad. And welcome in, Angel. I got a notification that you streamed yesterday, and then I went to the stream out like a bit later, and then you weren't streaming. I used to have allergies from time to time in Cuba, and since I'm here, you never had anything. Yeah, maybe just like different pollen, like different plants in the air. Other than COVID when you arrived. I mean, that's not really an allergy, is it? That's just a sickness. You streamed? Twitch seems to think you did. Must have been the wind. Was it no cam, no mic? Was it from your PlayStation again? I'm guessing so, right? Because no, but you can't have a mic on the PlayStation, right? You can just connect it. It must have been a short stream because by the time I got there, it was you should have waited for me. You tried Imaginarium, you were so confused. Oh no, Imaginarium's quite hard. It seems easy, but it can be kind of hard. I wanted to join as well, but ended up finishing what I was doing after you finished. Yeah, it was too short. None of us got the chance to join, But we'll catch it next time. I'm ready. I'll be like I'll be there on minute 1. I was playing TFT. And I was on my phone playing TFT, so I couldn't open Twitch at the same time. So then I finished my TFT game, but I'm too good at TFT, so I made it to the end. And I won. But then that was like, 40 minutes later. Yeah, I've been getting good at TFT, but I've only been playing the PvP one, and it only has like a limited amount of levels. So I feel like I'm getting to the point where I can consistently beat it. So I'm like, maybe I've outgrown this. Maybe it's over for me, Unless I want to play against real people, but I'm a bit scared to play against real people. Go play Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core, okay? You ain't played after I finish OG Final Fantasy VII? Yeah, Angel's a Final Fantasy enjoyer. I don't think you need to convince Angel. Let's check on my uncle. He never really got that far on whatever. Wait, I have a notification on my Nintendo account end user license agreement has been updated. Please sign in again. A system update is required. Okay, I cannot check on my uncle. I have to update. What is TFT? Mentioned before. Is Team Fight Tactics. If you logged into Genshin, you would see that. Oh, actually, maybe the event is over. But basically, it's like a League of Legends side game mode. It's like an auto chess game. So like you take your units and you put them on the board, and they like automatically fight. It's that kind of game. Game about a penguin. Yeah, there's a penguin with a helmet. You need Mod House to debut the new boy group because their concept looks so interesting. Oh, welcome in, Frobel. The updates for Switch 2 and Switch 1. Oh, I have not opened my Switch in months, so I'm probably many updates behind. No wonder I couldn't open my friend. Maybe I'll check out my phone. Maybe I can see my friends list on my phone. Error. Sign into your. Okay, sign in again. Okay. Jeez. Everything's logged me out, man. I just wanna check out my uncle. Select this account. Okay. Well, we're getting there. We go. Oh yes, it's me. Link this app to Nintendo Switch 2. No. Oh yeah, cause like, isn't there like, there's like mobile app features, right? For Switch 2. Like, if you play Tears of the Kingdom on Switch 2, there's like mobile app feature. Like, who wants that? No notification. No notification. Oh my god. There's so many things. They want my data. They want everything, man. Where is? How do I see all my friends? Oh, here. Oh, the app changed. Okay, oh my gosh, wait, look. He made progress on Final Fantasy. We're so proud of him. He played for 105 hours. Do you think he finished the game, Ricky? If he played 100, surely, right? It can't be that long. Damn, he did it. Okay, I got him Final Fantasy Crisis Core in last November. And he messaged me and he was like, it's too hard. I'm stuck at the start. He just couldn't get past the start because he's like 60, okay? He's trying his best out here. Yeah, and he was like, I cannot complete this game. It is too hard. It was right at the start. And there's no difficulty settings. I was like asking around. I was like, guys, is there like accessibility settings? But it's a Japanese game, no accessibility settings. And he was stuck. But maybe he got through, or maybe he's still stuck at the start for 105 hours. Either one. Switch one already did that. They updated this app to compensate for it. Yeah, fair enough. No, but there's like new features. I'm pretty sure there's new features on Tears of the Kingdom that you can like do something in the game with the app. And it's like no one wants to do that. Difficulty adds a lot though. It gets harder and harder. I don't know if he got through that. It might be like because he was having a really hard time. He's not very comfortable with like 3D controls. Like he was playing a lot of like he played like the original Final Fantasy 7. He enjoyed that, and he played a lot of Tears of the Kingdom. He likes Fire Emblem, but I think he has trouble with like real time action combat. I don't know how he got through Tears of the Kingdom, honestly, because like I've tried. Also, welcome in, Cole. I know he's staring out into the sunlight. But he's happy to stay inside. But yeah, I tried playing. So I don't know if you guys have ever had this experience where you like try and play like a you don't think it's like a hard game, right? Like I tried to play Overcooked with my uncle, and I was like, oh, it'd be so fun to play Overcooked with him, and he could not do it. Like he was so confused by like the control. He was like, oh, like there's controls for like picking up stuff and throwing stuff, and then like just even navigating around the kitchen was very difficult. It was like too fast paced, right? So I actually don't know how he made it through. Maybe in Tears of the Kingdom you can like take your time a bit. Maybe that's the thing. But he found Final Fantasy the remake quite difficult. So yeah, we'll see if he made it through. Google says it takes about 20 to 35 difficulty playing it, but if he spent a whole 100, surely he'd be maybe like for a seasoned gamer it would be like 20 to 30, but for my technologically challenged uncle, maybe he beat it in 100. You still played a few times a week. 4 stars goes into. Are you beating 4 stars, Ricky? 100 hundreds. 100 hundreds. Is that like 10,000? But yeah, and it looks like he played Suika game, but it doesn't seem like he played it for that long. And I don't know if he added to his Octopath hour. He loved. I gave him Octopath Traveler 2. He loved it. He played for 280 hours of Octopath Traveler 2. So, when I go back to Japan this fall, maybe I'll get him something similar. I'll have to look around and find some games that are maybe similar to Octopath. I think he likes turn-based. He really likes turn-based, kind of like tactical turn-based games, I think, because he really likes Fire Emblem. So I think it'll be he likes like JRPGs, but not like action-packed JRPGs because I think it's hard. It sucks for him though, because like JRPGs don't generally have like good accessibility for like people who are new to games, you know? Dragon Quest? I don't know anything about Dragon Quest. What is it? What is it like? The thing he doesn't like though, like sorry to Persona gamers, he does not want to play Persona because they're like high school kids. So like anything where it's like kids, I think he doesn't like it. Like he didn't seem to enjoy Pokemon. I gave him my old Pokemon game because I didn't want it. I gave him Arceus and he didn't like that. So he got pretty far in Overcooked too, but we bought the last Overcooked that has all the games in DLC. So we lost all progress. And once we'll finish everything, we'll go again for 4 stars. I feel like 4 stars is like not possible with 2 people unless you do the thing where you like prepare all the dishes in advance. You know? Like it does not seem like some of the levels seem maybe possible, but like a lot of the levels seem like really impossible. I'm like, how did they balance this? Like I don't think it's balanced for 2 people. Dragon Quest seems like Final Fantasy. You think it's turn-based. Have you played it? Um, is it is turn-based? Is what you're saying? Welcome in, Dumont. Yeah, I'm trying to think of games for my uncle. Never played. Can we have a more solid recommendation? No offense, Angel. Like we need like okay, turn-based game. Ideally. He likes Fire Emblem, he loves Octopath Traveler. And nothing too complicated or difficult because he's not very adept with the controller. Like he's not very quick at pressing buttons and stuff like that. So I think nothing too complex with the controls would be ideal. And obviously it has to have a Japanese language. So like there's some great indie games out there and stuff like that, but a lot of them won't have localization. So it's got to have, you know, obviously like most JRPGs will have a Japanese one because they're originally Japanese, but yeah, that's a big consideration. He will not be able to play it if it's in English. You gotta prepare everything before it starts and throw 1,000 lettuces on the floor. I know, but it's so hard. But yeah, I heard you have to do that because like the timer doesn't start till you like get the first order, right? And welcome in P. Hope you're doing well today. And welcome in Daniel. Had him play Elden Ring, easy game. Yeah. The guy who could not play Overcooked should definitely play Elden Ring. No, he only has a Switch. Oh, that's another thing. He only has a Switch. Switch 1. So there's a lot of fun you know, PlayStation games and stuff like that, but he won't be able to play those. Maybe I can like give him my old PlayStation. No, that probably wouldn't work. That's probably too much of a hassle to bring to Japan. Roly-Coly? That's a real Pokemon. It turns into Carkol. I think. Unless it's like a really similar name and you're just messing with me. Yeah, I know that one. That's Kabu's signature Pokemon. Yeah, you can't pick one that's a signature like their ace Pokemon. Like I actually a lot of times I don't know the evolution, so that's fair enough, you know. Kabu. Oh no, is his name Kabu? It is, right? The fire gym leader in Pokemon Sword and Shield. The old man. The slightly handsome older gentleman. You know that with the towel. Very grandpa energy. He would always wear the towel around his neck. Very grandpa behavior. That's a very Japanese grandpa behavior, honestly. Kevin and Miju's nerding out about Kabu. I know my Pokemon Sword and Shield gym leaders. Don't even, like, you gotta check before you do the, is this the real Pokemon? Like, you gotta check if it's on the gym leader team. If it's on Leon's team, like, who are you kidding? Like, of course we know. Slightly, if you can just imagine, he's a, you know, some like older men or like you wouldn't like date them obviously, but like it's like, oh, like they're pretty handsome, you know? I don't remember any of the Sword and Shield gym leaders. I mean, I played that game like 40 times, so it would be surprising if I didn't know them. But yeah, welcome in Pokemon. Hello. It's a cute emote. Actually the easiest in all of FromSoft library. That doesn't make it easy though. You know, like if you're saying like, oh, this cancer is the least deadly. You know, like it's still not good. You don't remember Gordy? Of course I remember Gordy. Oh, you mean you're asking Pokemon? I mean, maybe they played Shield. Gordy's iconic though. Like his cargo shorts, his weird glasses, and he stands with his back facing the camera. Like, why does he do that? He's very interesting guy. I remember Gordy because in my challenge runs, he would do like Razor Shell. He would do Razor Shell, and like every time you get hit by Razor Shell, it like lowers your defenses. So I was just getting wiped by Razor Shell. I remember this fondly. Not fondly. I have PTSD. Try mage character, stay away from combat. Best build for beginner. I mean, I've played Elden Ring. I love Elden Ring, but for my uncle, like I said, I tried playing Overcooked with my uncle, and the controls are very difficult for him. He needs some. He definitely needs some practice before he would play Elden Ring. Although I have seen people who like have their parents play Dark Souls and stuff, and they actually get through. You know, like I guess with some guidance. But I don't think that's his. I don't think that's his vibe. I think he would be annoyed if I gave him that. If I gave him Elden Ring, he'd be like, "What is this? Like, is this too hard? Like, why would you give me?" Or I could see it going either way. He would be one of those people who just like grinds the entire map, and he shows up to Margit at like level 100. And I could see it going either way. You know, he's a bit of a grinder in games. He just like he will just like do everything. That's why he has a lot of hours in these games. Either he's struggling or he's like doing everything. You know, I'm not really sure which one it is. It might be both. Yeah, we'll have to. I've never really witnessed him playing these games because like I live very far away, but sometimes he gives me updates. Salaryman grinding at work and in games. He's not a salaryman actually. He has a chill, or Japanese standards chill, like a government job. I don't know if that's considered a salaryman. I guess maybe it is. Now that I searched up Gordy, you remember who he is? Yeah, Gordy. He's like, what am I trying to say? There's a lot of very memorable, what are they called? Not champions, gym leaders in Sword and Shield. Like, I have a strong fondness for them. Like, Nessa's kind of a baddie, you know? Like, she's cool. And, Milo, the weird guy, he has no neck. Don't know where his neck went. He doesn't have one. And of course Raihan. Draconian would not let us forget Raihan. I have such a fondness for Pokemon Sword and Shield. As much as I was intensely disappointed after every game I played after that, every Pokemon game I played after that, I had such a nice time with Sword and Shield, and I would still go back to it. He only works 60 hours a week. He probably works like, I mean, if you're including his commute, I'm not really sure. I think he leaves his house around like 8:30, and he comes home around 6. Yeah, so it's 8, maybe, yeah, 10 10. That's probably maybe around 50 hours a week. Sometimes he does have to work on the weekends though. That's why I was so shocked that he played like 300 hours of Tears of the Kingdom in like 1 month. And I was like, don't you have a job? Like, what are you, what are you doing? Like, how are you working 50 hours a week and then also playing Tears of the Kingdom for that long, you know? His neck is a weak spot when you get rammed by, oh, neck is a weak spot when you get rammed by Wooloos all day. Oh no. How are they reaching his neck? I just realized it said loosed. That's okay. That's okay. I got what you meant. What's everyone's favorite Pokemon game if they have one? I mean, you guys know mine. It's obviously Sword and Shield. I love almost everything about Sword and Shield. Actually, no. I have a lot of fondness for Sword and Shield. Obviously, it has some issues. But you know. Oh, and follow-up question. If the favorite Pokemon game you picked, was it your first Pokemon game? Because I feel like there's a lot of... I don't know if I could technically say that I had nostalgia for Sword and Shield, because it's only been like 4 years since I played it. But it was my first Pokemon game. Emerald first was Ruby. Isn't that the same generation? Or no? I mean, they're all gems. Emerald first was... Okay, Emerald is very popular. Okay. Red is like the original. Your first was Pokemon Blue, but that's original too. Your favorite was Crystal. Is that part of the line as well? Emerald, Ruby, and Crystal? Is that all one? Or is there a different one? Green version? Is that not a real thing? Why is there a Kappa? Welcome in, Red. Or is it red and blue? I thought there's fire red and leaf green as well. Red, blue, and yellow? Crystal's a definitive version of gold and silver, Gen 2. Oh, they used a lot of minerals at the start, didn't they? You had a red cartridge as a kid for Game Boy, but I never knew if it was real. What do you mean I didn't know if it was real? Like, did you play it? Did it work? I think the other was Sapphire. So there's Emerald, Ruby, and Sapphire? Man, this is too confusing. It was imaginary and oh, okay. The cartridge is speaking to you. Green was one of the original Japanese versions. I think Japan didn't have blue. Sometimes Japan, they're using blue and green like the same. Like they use it like interchangeably. You know, like they say like blue light, like red light, blue light. And I'm like, it's green. Like what is your problem? It's clearly green. You know? They keep calling green things blue in Japan. And I don't get it. They're not the same color. That's like saying red and purple are the same color. It's not. I mean legit as in not a repro. I don't know what a repro is. Sapphire for Kyogre, Ruby for Groudon, and Emerald for Rayquaza. Ah, those guys. I know about Groudon because I watch Wolfie. Pokemon Brown Beige. Okay, that sounds fake because that does not sound cool. Welcome in, Jimmy. And welcome in, Chikano. Yui's talking about Pokemon. Yeah. Did you play Pokemon growing up, Chikano? Did you play the original Pokemon Red on the Game Boy? Green Light Filter. I guess so, yeah. Pokemon Khaki. Oh no. Fake cartridge not authorized by Nintendo. Oh. But my DS, we had the edge card on it. They got a colorblind to invent how to say the colors. Possibly. Wait, if you're colorblind, if you're red-green colorblind, like traffic lights would be. I guess we would know like which position is in the. It's in the thing. But why did we pick that when red-green colorblind is so common? I grew up with it, but got too cool and became a teenager and started preferring Dragon Ball. Well, who needs a Pokeball when you have a Dragon Ball? Wait, this is a really stupid question, but like, why is it called Dragon Ball? Do they have balls? Like, Like what are the purpose of the Dragon Balls? Like, do they capture dragons in them? Or the balls just they don't have anything in them? Um Pokemon Brown would be a good name, sex expectations. True, true. Although we already know. We already know. We don't need a name for that. They can call it whatever they want. We will know. 7 Dragon Balls to make a wish. Not literally. They're for catching Goku. That doesn't make any sense. So you collect. So this guy is out here collecting Dragon Balls. How do you acquire them? Like, where do they come from? Dragons? Are they cutting the balls off the dragons? That probably not, right? They're just out in the wild, like on the ground. Like you just have to like just scatter. Oh, they just like pick. You just pick them up. Okay. The entire show is 90% of the time about fighting the 7 dragon. I mean, that makes sense. It's called Dragon Ball. They're scattered all over the earth, and if you put them together, the dragon comes out. Okay, the dragon is not there until you find them all. And so, what does Goku want to wish? What does the Z stand for? I don't know. I never watched the show. I realized I know nothing about it. I never even thought about this because I was thinking about Pokeballs and I was thinking about Dragon Balls, and I was like, why is there balls? Xenophobe. It's actually a really Are you trying to say xenomorph or is it like a Dragon Ball? Such a poignant commentary on xenophobia, you know? Piccolo's planet, aka Namex Dragon, gave you 3 wishes. Wait, then what's the point of collecting the Dragon Balls when that dragon can give you 3 wishes? When really you would need 21 Dragon Balls for that. He died and his friends got to revive him? Who? Who died? Piccolo is that green guy. Zirconia probably likes him. True. I wonder what Zirconia's thoughts on Shrek is. Shrek is green too. Raiza blew up the planet, so there are no more. Oh, so you can't get the 3 wishes. It was too unbalanced. Oh, they wish for people to come back to life. I mean, that's fair enough. That's a good wish. Shrek's 1 and 2 are top tier. But do you think he's handsome? That's the question. Goku. Well, everyone gets a spot. Oh, so everyone takes turns dying and they keep collecting these dragons. Is there only 7 in the world, or is there quite a few? And so you can make many wishes throughout, you know? They always bring back people from the dead. That's boring. Goku should wish for a Ferrari. Can you imagine? They're like, okay, gotta get the, you gotta bring your mother back from the dead. He's like, nah, I want my Ferrari. See the dragon in front of you, what would you wish for? That's a good question. Maybe, I don't know. I guess if everyone's doing revival, like I feel like revival could be good. Like, bring back a family member or something like that. But it's like, is there like a catch? Or do they just come back? If they died from not natural causes. What counts as natural causes? Like, just illness and stuff like that? Or like, you mean like, okay, no, I know what you mean. Okay, I know what you mean. That's a stupid question. Streamers transform into little kids explaining their favorite show to their ajumma. I mean, come on. The Dragon Ball's an old show. It's like she has the Death Note. I would wish for Weave. No, I could just wish for the Death Note. And then I could do whatever I want. You know? There's no L in this world. No one's gonna catch me. Shrek is not your type. Fair enough. Shrek proved that even if you're ugly on the outside and voiced by Mike Myers on the inside, then you can have a memorable adventure. Mike Myers. Sorry, my brain went to a couple things. I thought Mike Myers, and then I thought Michael Myers? But isn't that like a villain? Or am I thinking of someone else? I thought that was like a character. And then I was thinking Mike Tyson. And I was like, no, that's not right. I was like, that'd be crazy. The dragons have a whole set of rules. Oh, okay. So you gotta be very specific. What's the wish meta? It seems like everyone's going for the revivals. You know? Yeah, what would be the wish meta? Like, if you had a wish. But like, would you want to wish for like world peace? But like, what would that entail? You know, like, if you wish for world peace, would that mean there's still evil in the world and you cannot fight against it? You know, like, how does that work? Maybe you wish for, like, you wish to end world hunger? I guess that could be better. Don't know. Like, what would be the most beneficial? You're kind of like the genie from Aladdin. You can't wish for people to fall in love with you, but you can wish to be a fake prince to bamboo princesses. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Why would you want to wish for someone to fall in love with you, though? That's like, why would you want that? Because then you're like, oh, this person is only with me because I, like, brainwashed them into it. Like, wouldn't you just feel like a creep? Michael Myers is a villain. Yeah, he's the scissor guy, right? The knife hands. Scissor hands. Or no, no. Or is he the guy from Friday? No, okay, yeah. He has a knife. Not the knife hands, but he just has a knife and the white mask. No. No, I think that's someone else, no? That guy's name is like Jason. Yeah, I don't know. There's too many of these guys. Revive the shin I ate so I can eat it again. Just buy more, man. It's on sale. Like Halloween guy. The Halloween guy with the mask and the knife. And you can run your ass off while he just walks and catches up. Okay. I think I'm confused. I think I'm confusing so many guys. Okay, let's sort this out. Welcome in Yokomoto 0 for 2. I'm trying. So there's a guy, Edward Scissorhands. That's the guy, and he has scissors for hands, like Wolverine. Okay, that's one guy. He's from Nightmare on Elm Street. No, Freddy Krueger. Who's Freddy Krueger? I feel like I've heard all these names, but I'm not associating them to the right person. Okay. Yeah, I know about Wolverine. No. The Wolverine part is not confusing, okay? And then there's this guy named Jason. Yeah, Jason. He has the hockey mask. And he's from Friday the 13th. And then Michael Myers is from a movie called Halloween. But I don't know what he looks like. I've never seen that guy. And then there's also Freddy Krueger. I don't know where he comes into this. Welcome in philosophy. Cancer sucks. I think it'll obliterate that. Everything else can be achieved through normal circumstances. Yeah. I mean, if you just ended illness, that would be pretty good, right? Like, if you're just like, oh, I'm obliterating every illness. Like, that would probably be fine, right? Like, people wouldn't get colds anymore. People wouldn't get cancer. People wouldn't get, like, MS. Like, everything. Me just horror knowledge is not. I haven't seen these old horror movies. I'm sorry. You know Jason. Jason. I know a Jason too, but I don't think it's the same guy. Freddy Krueger's Nightmare on Elm Street. Who's Edward Scissorhands? So there's a guy with knife hands, but it's a separate guy. There's two guys with. There's two guys. Michael Myers wears a plain white mask and uses a kitchen knife and a jumpsuit. So he has a white mask that's distinct from the hockey mask. And a knife that is distinct from a machete. That's too similar. No wonder I'm confused. You know a guy named Jason, but I think it's a different guy than in the movie. Yeah, I think so too, yeah. Um, and a jumpsuit. Okay, he has a jumpsuit. Okay. Edward Scissorhands makes it snow, but Silverware makes it rain. Wow. And welcome in, Lee. Are doing well today? Michael Myers is from Halloween. Jason is a hockey mask guy from Friday the 13th. Edward Scissorhands is a Johnny Depp movie. Oh, so he's just like a separate. That's yeah. Okay, I think we've had. Sorry, thank you, philosophy. I think we have it all sorted out. The confusion was that there's a guy called Edward Scissorhands, but he's unrelated to the. He's unrelated to the Nightmare on Elm Street guy. Yeah. Do you know Chucky? Yeah, I know Chucky. I've seen Chucky, and I thought it was real cringe. I'm sorry. I know it's a classic, but it was a little cringe. I'm like, it's just a doll. Like, it can't be that bad. Like, I'd be way more scared of a guy with a normal knife than this doll. Okay. Yeah, I think we sorted it out. And welcoming Ghost. Hope you're doing well today. Captain Jack Sparrow. Yeah, that guy. He's cutting women's hair, not burning. Is that true? It's a movie about him cutting hair. He's not. Oh, he's not from a horror movie. Okay, okay. It's just a wholesome movie about a guy with scissors for hands. I've never seen it. And also, welcome in, Gwen. How are you? Yeah. Did you watch The Shining? I have not seen The Shining. You enjoy almost all kinds of movie, but that one was so slow paced. Oh no, isn't it like a well known supposed to be really good? A lot of old movies are a bit slow paced, so I will agree. You doing good? I'm doing good too. Thanks for asking. But yeah, okay. Now I clearly haven't seen a lot of these horror classics. I've only ever really seen like more modern horror movies, I would say. But I'm not a big horror movie enjoyer. Like I like them when they're like, you know, maybe like thematically interesting. There's some good like character development or something like that, but you know, that's not usually the focus of horror movies, you know? We were talking about movies yesterday, and I was talking to Ernie and Asat and Gwen about we're talking about Star Wars. And like just general like fantasy and sci-fi and stuff. And like I've never enjoyed fantasy or sci-fi as much because a lot of I almost said Final Fantasy. A lot of fantasy and sci-fi tend to focus on either the world building or the plot. And you know, stuff like you know characters and their relationships and stuff like that are generally not the focus. Some there are fantasy and sci-fi media that do it well, like they do both, right? But a lot of them tend not to, and I feel like I can't get into it. Like I need like I need to be connected to the characters, you know. I need an emotional investment. You should watch The Shining right now. Do you guys think I would like The Shining? Is that the one where that guy puts his head on the door? That's the one, right? It's not that wholesome. Oh, no, he's not. Is there murder? Star Trek? Isn't but there's a lot of Star Trek. They were talking about what was it? I can't remember what it was called. It's not that he was watching it. It was Star Trek First Voyage? Something like that? Can't remember now. I am so off. Is the first voyage a real thing? Did I just make that up? I think I just said something that sounded plausible. I tried to watch Star Wars, but your brain is so rot I couldn't think. I don't think I could focus for 3 hours. Wait, Star Wars is 3 hours long? The Shining is very good. Okay, okay. I just haven't seen it. But I do like a lot of my favorite movies, I would say, are like 80s to 90s, late 80s to 90s coming of age films. I love a good pre 2000s coming of age film. Those are my favorite. You started watching Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Oh, other day. There's so many Star Treks though, right? Like there's a lot of different. They keep like rebooting it with different things. Took a look at Mass Effect when Zirconia mentioned it, but you cannot flow with sci-fi. I mean, I'm trying to think of like a sci-fi thing I really enjoy. Love in Deep Space Nine. Have you heard about Love in Deep Space, Zirconia? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's a Wally. True, Wally. That's a good one. Mass Effect. I feel like I would like Dead Space, but I don't know. I like I don't mind like horror stuff as long as it's not too dark. Like sometimes they're just dark, you know. Yeah, but I'm not sure. There are over 3 Star Treks. That's quite a few. And welcome in Bargov. Space is done. I don't mean like like the scenery, you know. But I don't like a lot of horror movies, a lot of horror media. I haven't watched. I've probably watched more horror games than I have horror movies. And like for example, like you know, like Outlast. I think it's scary, but then I watched like Outlast 2, and I just thought it was like uncomfortable. I was like, oh. And welcome in, Maestro. How are you? As soon as you get to know Garrus in Mass Effect, you'll love it. Is that the girl you like, or is that a different person that you think I'll like? Horror movies peak from 1998 to that's a really short time frame. What movies came out at that time? The yellow buddy behind you looks so cute. Thank you, thank you. He's just enjoying the outdoors from the inside. You hate Outlast, like how your camera battery dies every 5 minutes. Must be an Android. I think it's a camcorder. It's not a phone. It's a camcorder. I like watching Outlast, but I will not play it. It seems way too scary. In Welcome in Law, there's this new horror game that uses the webcam to tell if you're looking at the screen as part of the mechanics. I don't want the horror game to watch me. I don't want the horror game to watch me. There's that game. Do you guys remember the game Welcome to the Game? And it like used your microphone you have to be quiet when people like come to your house. That game is really scary, but the developer is like such a jerk. He's like he made a really bad like his follow-up game was not very good, but he's like so rude about it. Like he's like people are just like genuinely being like, oh, like I didn't like this part of the game, and he's such a jerk. So now I can't feasibly support it. And I was watching Markiplier play Welcome to the Game too, and he was having a really tough time with it, like, because it's like the game is so unfair, it's so stupid. And yeah, he was like genuinely, he was giving his criticism. He was a bit frustrated, yes, but he wasn't like, he was giving constructive criticism, and the guy was so rude to him. He was like live tweeting it, like watching Markiplier. I was like, bro. Garth is the alien guy. He's universally beloved. Okay. I like a good likable character. Finished watching the Formula 1. Had to wake up early since the Grand Prix was in England. Ooh. Did the racer you like win? You played Outlast 2 was good, but wouldn't play it again. It's so weird. It is. I wouldn't say it's good. It's just weird. 1998 to 2002, I should say. Faculty Ghost Ship, the first Final Destination. Oh, I've seen the first Final Destination. I haven't heard of the other one, so. But are you surprised? You're gonna watch the Mexico versus United States? Nice. I think they do that in the Quiet Place game. Okay, that might make sense in the Quiet Place game. That's cool. But it kind of sucks for people who are streaming. You know, like if you're making like a YouTube video or streaming and you can't talk, like that's kind of bad content. I don't know. But I think you can turn that off. Usually. I just thought Welcome to the Game was scary because like I think ones that are more relatable are creep me out more like once I'm done playing. Like I thought like for example like Alien's really scary when you're playing it, right? But once you're done, like it's not like in your real life, you're not like, oh, like it's like it doesn't haunt you after the fact. But if you watch like a horror movie about like a home invasion or something like that, like after the fact, it's like, oh, like I'm in the situation, you know, like I'm in. It's a very relatable situation, and like, that kind of stuff freaks me out like after the fact, and I don't really like that. Like I want to be scared when I'm watching the movie, but not like when I go home. Um, used to want to be Josh Hartnett. Hartnett. I don't know who that is. Or it's a character from The Faculty. Um, Drake and Josh. Gonna be Josh or Drake and Josh. The Quiet Place, the movie made Tremors look like Citizen Kane. I don't know what that means. I know two of those movies, but I don't know what Tremors is. I like to think you could turn that off because I hate to think the game would start playing if you just unplugged your mic or if you just like didn't have a mic, right? I think you can turn it off. You're in a home, you can get an invade. Yeah, sure, exactly, right? And welcome to the game is about you being on your computer. Like, and then like that's me. I'm at home. I'm on my computer. You know, like that's it's scary. You know. I thought the first game was. I thought the first game was good. But the second game was just a disaster. Josh Hartnett is in a few films like Lucky Number 11 or 7. And Pearl Harbor. Sorry, are these real movies? Are these real movies? Lucky Number 7. Okay. I wasn't sure if it was like some sort of like parody of Pearl Harbor, but I was like, who would make a parody of Pearl Harbor movie? That's so stupid. It's Lucky Number 7, actually. Okay, that one's not a typo. I see. For me, it's the Final Destination movie. That's how they advertise on the back a lot. Yes! Oh my gosh, yeah. The worst thing is that the Final Destination movies are filmed in Vancouver. So, like, you know the one? I don't know if it's the second one. I think it's at the roller coaster. And actually, that roller coaster doesn't exist anymore, but it did for a very long time until a few years ago. And I go on that roller coaster, like, where like when I was a kid, I went on that roller coaster quite frequently, and we watched the movie. We're like, damn, like you could die on here. And like when they're driving down the road, it's like that's a road I drive on, like. So it's very dangerous, very dangerous. But I don't think that roller coaster ever had an accident. So I think, except in the movie, so I think we're chilling. And now the roller coaster does not exist anymore. It got replaced by a launch coaster. That roller coaster actually sucked, by the way. It was one of those roller coasters where you know the restraint is like this, but when you go around the corner, it like shakes your head. You know roller coasters where it just like shakes your head against the side and it just hurts. It's the worst. So I'm glad they replaced that roller coaster because it's kind of stupid. Remember Josh from Penny Dreadful? He was the werewolf guy. Also played in Black Mirror episode with the short guy from Breaking Bad. I've seen Black Mirror. I've not seen Penny Dreadful. I feel like I'm starting to understand. Well, okay, I understood this like at the start when we were talking about the Michael Myers. But I think I'm very uncultured on horror movies. It's just not something I engage with. Tremors is a campy horror film that came out in the 90s that starred Kevin Bacon. Initially it bombed, but now has a cult following. Oh. It's basically Jaws where it replaced the water with the desert and the shark with the prehistoric giant worms. Oh, okay. I see what you're getting at. Yamulduga, true. House on Haunted Hill, Blair Witch, Urban Legend, 13 Ghosts, and The Ring. Telling you 1998 to 2002, writers for something else. That was me. I was born in 98 and I started writing movies. Like I just came out the womb, started writing horror movies. Like, and you know, I don't like to take credit for it because I was a baby. That movie made me never want to ride that coaster, All the Death of the Turn Off. That specific one. It's not a good roller coaster, by the way. It's not a good one. But it's all we had in Vancouver, okay? We don't have much. NPL, thanks for the 5 stream streak. Welcome in. Most scary thing I can imagine is an ugly as hell head peeking out from the side of the bed while I'm laying once I open my eyes. Yeah, okay, actually, what do you guys find the scariest in horror movies? Like, aside from stuff like, like home invasion, assault, stuff like that. That's scary. But like, in terms of like more fantastical horror, I find the seeing like really creepy faces, those things really freak me out. Like that's the stuff that I close my eyes at night and I see it. But it's more like yeah, like creepy images, but not like the garage kind of thing, but more like in line of how would you how do I describe it? I would say like more like digital horror. Like it doesn't have to be like a very realistic looking face or anything like that. If it's just kind of some things just creep me out. I don't know why. Imagine if Nintendo made a horror game as fun. That'd be terrifying. Steven Meadberg, that was me. Sidon should have died over Mifa. He was a baby, man. In 98, you were sneaking into R-rated movies to Scream if that was out yet. Nice. Body horror can be pretty gnarly. Yeah, that's true. I've seen Alien, the original Alien. But I thought Ripley was cool, but it wasn't that scary. Like as someone watching it now in the modern day, I feel like it wasn't that scary, but the game was scary. Jump scares, dark foreboding shots of going down the hallway. I love jump scares. I love jump scares, but I don't like really dark themes. I think fun, spooky jump scares are a fun time. Event Horizon has some creepy stuff. That was 97. That's before Yokomoto's window. Yokomoto said 98 to 2002. You're being left out. But I've never heard of Event Horizon, actually. Once I open my eyes, it's gonna be there looking at me. I know, right? I think psychological horror is the scariest. I think psychological horror like sticks with you. Like you have an unsettled feeling. You'd have an unsettled feeling like after the fact. Scream 1 is so good. I've never seen Scream. Saw Scream in the theater in 98. 98 was a good year for you, man. Have you watched The Sinners yet? That just came out, right? I think you'd like that one for reasons. What's the reason, Yokomoto? Oh, let me guess. Is Michael B. Jordan in it? Who's in it? I actually don't know anything about it. Is Pedro No, I don't think Pedro Pascal's in it. That doesn't make sense. Was that 98? Which one? Scream? 1998 was the scariest year ever. Me being born. Terrifying. Ocarina of Time, Resident Evil 2, Miju Born, and Scream. True. Enjoy your food, Ricky. There's 2 Michael B. Jordans. Like he's cloned. That doesn't sound like a horror movie. Even if he's the villain, there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, you convinced me. I'll watch it. I think it's on Prime. I think I saw it on there. He just plays a set of twins. Nice. 2 of them. They should make the Parent Trap. Parent Trap with grown man Michael B. Jordan. He's so upset his parents are divorcing. oh no! Wait, their parents are not divorced. Their parents are like, I mean, they were divorced like a long time ago. Twins are terrifying to me. Why? There's nothing wrong with them, man. One's an Englishman and one's from the hood. Oh no. British mom and everything. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, it could be, they could do a very, they could do like a cultural commentary, something like that. you know? I don't in Parent Trap. And then they go to summer camp. They go to summer camp, you know? In the 90s would have been a star ride. I could see that being a cheesy like movie like that. Um, you'd never date twins or one twin. Why? What's wrong with twins? Are you worried that they'll trick you? Um, you love the parent. I love the Parent Trap. It's so good. Oreos and peanut butter. I cannot get behind the Oreos and peanut butter. Parent Trap is a great movie. If you play a set of twins in a movie, does that mean you get paid double? I don't think so. I don't think so. Maybe it depends how much work it is. Like maybe it's like, yeah, it might be double the work because you have to do every scene twice. Too many opportunities to cheat. Never trust a twin. Honestly, hate to break it to you, Jimmy, but I think someone who's not a twin could also cheat. Like, how are they? I guess they could like try and trick you with the evidence, but like, if you don't trust them, you don't trust them. Scammed out of overtime. Oh no, you gotta ask Lindsay Lohan if she got paid double. Imagine if there was two Mijus. What if I've been a twin this whole time? What if I was a twin this whole time and I was just only streaming half the time, you know? They're saying that Mary was cheating on me. Oh no, not Mary again. Rip Mary. But yeah, if I wouldn't say that twins are more likely to cheat on you than non-twin people. That's just you just gotta trust the person you're dating, you know? If you don't trust them, then that's a relationship problem. If there's two Mijus, Weaves would be in danger. You'll have double the army. We need Miju to get a face tattoo to tell her apart from her twin. I do have a face tattoo. There's a streamer I watch who did a reveal like a few years after she started streaming. What an elaborate prank. That's funny. Imagine did she have like she was just streaming one day and then her twin walked in? Cause like that'd be crazy. That's the way to do the reveal. You do with the Mike Tyson tattoo. That's me. Reminds me of how Jim Carrey made a joke about not getting paid double for playing two characters in the last Sonic movie. Jim Carrey is in Sonic? I didn't know this. There could be Canadian Miju and Japan Miju. That's true. That's true. Maybe I would date a twin if I could cheat with her sister and never knew the difference. Well, is it cheating if you didn't know the difference? Why would you want to do that? Why are you worried about other people cheating? But now you're scheming. One Miju distracts on street, and the other sneaks up behind us and stabs us. I don't know if it's like a confusing joke. Actually, have you guys? You know, there's like how would you not know the difference? They're two different people. Well, if they're like trying really hard to fool you, maybe. You bet the Japan version would be nicer. No, what if she's like extra mean? You know? That would have been insane. Yeah, she should have done that. She should get her ideas from me. What do you mean us? I think Zirconia's just saying I would murder indiscriminately. How would you not know the difference? Oh, sorry, I just read that. Japanese Miju would never bully. You don't know that. You don't know that. There's some mean Japanese people out there. You know, what if I'm extra? You know, my time in Japan has left me battle hardened. You know. Japanese Miju would be real nice and sweet. What if she's crazy? What if she's insane? You know? We just got the bloodlust. He- I wouldn't deny that. I'm typical Michael Myers behavior for me. And you got the bully version with the Canadian variation. You gotta track down the other one. WCG is better than this one we got. I guess you'll never know. All we know, Japanese music could be a Yakuza enforcer who listens to true crime podcasts and makes note of all the mistakes they make. Well, this is a very conniving Japanese Michu. Yeah, I could be the leader of the Yakuza in Japan, in Japanese Michu. You don't know. But I guess she would be cool. She'd be like covered in tattoos, you know? Like that'd be a cool Miju. Can I join Leader Miju? You gotta ask her. I'm not a part of this. Show us your pinkies? What does that mean? Is there something on the pinkies? Is that a Yakuza thing? Do they do something on their pinkies? You think Miju should be meaner in general, more attitude? I don't think chat would agree with you. If you have your pinkies, you're a Canadian Miju. They cut off their pinkies? Even if you're the leader? Surely if you're the leader, you don't have to cut off your pinkies. I think they stopped doing stuff like that, right? The Yakuza? They still cut off your pinkies if you make a mistake. What if I just never made a mistake? I'm just so good at my job, you know? I have all AI check. AI check. Look at my hands. I have 10 fingers. Then they give you an extra pinky. Oh, okay. That's nice of them. You know, you could use the extra pinky. Yeah, maybe they save all the ones they cut off and they give them away. It's game over AI check. True. Well, sometimes you gotta confirm to the people that you're not AI, you know? In case you guys are worried. I don't think they would write an AI like me though. Like, although I do present false information quite often, you know? Japanese me should be walking around a mismatched pinky. Maybe my pinkies are different lengths. Wait, my pinkies are different lengths. Is that normal? Wait, hold on. Oh no, maybe it's fine. I feel like they are. Oh no. It's mad funny seeing big scary grown looking ass man listening to AI scream. True. I mean, that just means they're confident, they're comfortable in their masculinity. They don't mind. You can like cute things and still be a man, you know? And still be a strong, scary man. I don't know if you need to be scary, but you know. Me just always hallucinating on stream. That's me, always hallucinating. He's really yapping today. That's every day, man. Did you hear about the guy who was cheating on his girlfriend with AI? Fella broke down in tears when he reached the cap on interaction and the bot reset. Why would you cheat on your girlfriend with AI? Like, you already have a real girl. Maybe the AI one he just likes better. Is that cheating? Is it cheating if it's AI? Like, I feel like I wouldn't consider it cheating, but I would just be like, what's wrong with you? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I wouldn't even consider it cheating, but I'd be like, I don't want to date you anymore. Like, why are you like in a relationship with this guy or this AI? Like, get over yourself. Welcome in, Anthony. And your pinky tips are gone. Oh no, what happened to them? Did you make a mistake? There's this Mexican dude called Kawaii Fu. Kawaii Fu. Looks like a Mexican gang member, but he's a weeb. Hey, they're not mutually exclusive, you know? It's uncharted territory for sure. I mean, yeah, 'cause it's like it's not a real person, you know? Maybe as SO's definition of cheating is talking. Well, I'm sure you can do like sexual things over with the AI, I guess. I don't really know like what that would entail, but like I'm sure you could, right? But like at the same time, it's on a person, you know? So it's like it's a bit weird. But I think regardless of whether it's cheating, it's like, do you really want to be with that guy? Like, do you really want to be with that guy who got like way too into his AI girlfriend? Like, no. Like maybe like, you know, maybe like I can see like, okay, if your girlfriend is playing like, you know, maybe there's like a dating game and they're like really into the love interest or whatever, but like I don't really think that's cheating. You know? I don't think that's it's like not I don't know, it's so weird. It's definitely yeah, definitely very uncharted territory. You found your pinky tips, accidentally left them on the kitchen table. Oh, it happens. It happens. Gonna be in that gang now? Do you think they speak English? Yeah, you gotta work on your Spanish, Chicano. You gotta surpass my Spanish levels. What is love anyway? Ask twice. What's the AI have that I don't have? Humanity's collective intelligence? I feel like they're always spreading misinformation though, the AIs. It's like I don't know. I feel like it is a bit of a red flag to be like that emotionally attached to this like you know, this what like a software basically, you know? Like I can understand being convinced with like, you know, like I'm playing Baldur's Gate. I really like Gil. I think he's attractive, you know, like and like but I'm not like in love with him. Like you know what I mean? Like I don't have a very deep emotional connection to him. Like yeah, he's a handsome guy. He's very charming, but like I don't have a connection with him because he's not real, and he cannot have a deep human connection. You're gonna make a taste joke? You got it. You got it. It was completely set up for us. They speak English. Yeah, but aren't they? Wouldn't they speak Spanish most of the time if they live in Mexico? It's a thing, but a very convincing thing. Yeah, yeah. If I fell in love with the AI, I'd feel bad for it because you cheat on them with their twin. AI says that you don't gotta pay a monthly subscription for the tier 3 servers. Humans would never lie to you like that. True. Oh my gosh, the AI. That's so mean. Gil posters on all the walls in your house. You guys, you just can't see it, yeah. He's everywhere. They're Chicano gang. Oh, okay, sorry. Well, maybe they'll let you in. You just gotta do the AI scream song and dance, which you said you would do. I'm waiting for it. You know, we're gonna. Chicano did promise. Confirmed here first and foremost. Chicano did promise to sing us Ice Cream, so we're waiting on that. The girlfriend of that dude must have been so embarrassed. Like, I'm the ex, so I'm with the dude making national news about his AI love affair. Yeah, that's a bit embarrassing, honestly. Yeah. Look, I really can't dance. I thought you used to do b-boy dancing. I think you're lying. What's ice cream? How you cannot beat the weeb allegations by saying what's ice cream. You can break dance, but not normal dance. I'm sure there's some carryover skills, okay? And the J Idol dances are pretty simple. It's I don't think they're anywhere near as they're probably dances that a child could do, you know? I haven't seen the dance, but I'm assuming they're just like waving their arms around, making hearts, you know? Like not sorry, I'm sure they're not doing a heart breaking. feel awkward dancing, it's not your thing. We'll accept like just the vocals, you know? I understand the dance maybe is too much, maybe just the vocals. We'll see. We'll see. But I've already drawn the line. I've already drawn the line to the not singing Ice Cream. The most cute song I will do is like Twice. And even then sometimes it's a lot, you know? Like I really feel for Jill was like, yeah, I hate dancing to What Is Love now. I am a, you know, I don't know how old she is. She's like 28, right? She's like, I'm like a 28-year-old woman. I am not doing that anymore. You're too white. You don't want to subject any onlookers to your awful dancing. Well, I'm not white, and my dancing is questionable as well. But I'm working on it. I'm practicing. Please sing. You got to pay up. You gotta pay up. I can't sing for free. You can dance, but you can't be bothered. We can't just say that. We see your dance. You're pretty good at dancing. No. Like I feel like I'm like, for someone who doesn't dance, I do okay. But like, in terms of my actual technique, I think I'm very. No, it's very non-existent. We have no evidence of you working on it. Yeah, cause Ubisoft ruined their game. I want to pay. I don't want to pay $50, $30 for the next Just Dance. And like be given slop. Be given Ubisoft slop. You already have proof with your block site. That is not proof that you can dance. Show me your Just Dance scores. You also find it hard to believe that Yoko Ono doesn't know what ice cream is. Yeah, I don't believe it either. As someone, as someone who follows VTubers, you don't know what ice cream is? Even I've been forced into knowing what ice cream is. Is it a green flag if a dude says he can dance, or is it like, I don't know, strange? Why would it be strange? Dancing is not a women thing, you know? Like it's just a very gender neutral thing. I would say it's a green flag or a red flag. I would say it's just a neutral thing. It's like, oh, cool, you can dance. It's the same way if someone says like, I can sing or something, you know? Like it's like, oh, cool, you're good at something. It's always attractive when someone is good at something, you know? You're very active with the legs. And Baby Saber, stream when? I need to see this. All Ubisoft is slop, especially Just Dance. You know what ice cream is? It's an idol group comprised of voice actors part of Love Live. You cannot fool us, Yokomo. You can't just come in and say, oh, what's ice cream? Exactly. Could not pretend much longer. Is there a block? If there's a block slicing dance, Yokomo is gonna torch the dance floor with this move. Then you could just do that, you know? We want to see it. When's the stream? We want the Beat Saber stream. Although I haven't played Beat Saber in a long time. I'm probably bad at it now. I never got like that good at it, but I was getting better, but I feel like I must have lost the touch. You know what it is? Since you weaves made me Google it. We don't believe you. A lot of guys did ballet at Juilliard. Of course, yeah. I don't think you guys watch Billy Elliot. Did you guys not learn anything from Billy Elliot? Come on. No, but there's a lot of like, I wouldn't say dancing is gendered at all. And I don't think it ever has been. Like, I really don't think it ever has been a gendered thing. I don't think you've met a Cuban that doesn't dance. Wait, Oh, I don't know. We already know Ricky can dance. He did the cosplay dance. I saw it. We all saw that. The Kunyas never called us that, so he's right, right. Fat Joe doesn't dance. Who's Fat Joe? Um, you have never danced IRL. You actually didn't go to Julia. Jimmy, you've been lying to us this whole time. You deceitful man. Come on. Wait, so you have no expertise? You said I was good at dancing, and now that compliment is there's no authority behind it. Fat Joe's Puerto Rican. Oh, Jimmy lied. Now I just said, Jimmy, are you a twin? Not that as a reference. Ricky, that's what you're known for. You're famous. He's half Puerto Rican, half Cuban. Oh, I see. Saying there's hella twins among us. There's so many twins among us. Oh my god, how are we ever gonna? We have to like track them down. When he cut his short, I thought he was admitting to not going to juvie. Well, we don't know if he's been to juvie. That's not something we don't do background checks here. Hey, is anyone watching my stream from prison? Like, you know, like some maybe you can watch Twitch in prison, right? Is anyone watching from prison? How's it you're in prison? No way. You're watching from Guangdong? What? How did you know? Oh no, you guys are all in prison? I had no idea. Why would we self-report? What's wrong with self-reporting that you're in prison? Weeb prison, thanks to y'all. That's the worst prison. I'm so sorry for you. They just play ice cream on repeat on the speaker. And then there's TVs everywhere. It's just it's playing Evangelion on repeat. The new FBI torture method. Oh no. I'm so sorry, you guys. Just being in your chat feels like weeb prison. It is, yeah, it is. That's the plan. I think your PO would be mad if he knew I was watching. No, he wouldn't mind. He wouldn't mind. And welcome in, Dave. We could be one of those fancy prisons in a Nordic country. Well, Zirconia just chilling, you know? Why would you go with a non-weeby? That sounds weeby to me. Is Evangelion not weeby? That sounds weeby. What is weeby? We just doesn't let us express ourselves. We were talking about our. We need to actually like officially make our weeb tier list. You know, like we need to make our weeb. I need to make like a document. We need to officially document this. You know, like, yeah, it's I don't know. Like I think we have to. Yeah, like we said. Like I think. In terms of that kind of Excel. And welcome in, Star. Hope you're doing well today. Like we said, like tier 1. Okay, no. I would say like you're not even a weeb if you just casually watch a few animes here and there, but it's like a very small part of your regular show watching, and you only watch like extremely popular animes, like Attack on Titan. Like if you watch Attack on Titan, that doesn't really necessarily make you a weeb, okay? But if you're a level 1 weeb, the tier 1 weeb, I would say, we went over this before, but like, yeah, it's like, you're like a pretty, you're pretty regular anime watcher, and you've watched like a fair amount of animes that aren't necessarily like extremely popular. Like, you know, like stuff like Pokemon doesn't count, stuff like that. And then you might like a lot of like, playing a couple of JRPGs does not make you a weeb, but like yeah, playing a lot of them or like playing very weird ones, would maybe make you this tier 1 weeb. Eva's influence has reached across borders like Pokemon, Dragon Ball Z, Attack on Titan 2. It doesn't have those annoying shonen tropes. Okay, fine. Fine, I'll pick a different one. What would you suggest, weeb expert? Fry Ren enjoys are exempt from the weeb label. No, because I never heard of that. If I haven't heard of it, it's automatically not in the exempt category, okay? Fry Ren. Is that wrong? Fryer Ren? Frey Ren? I don't know. You're a weeb now? Gwen. Bestie. I think you always were at least tier 1. Wonder what tier I fall into? Okay, everyone can tier themselves, you know? Speaking of weeb, you had to reschedule your Japan trip this year to squeeze it all in 9 days instead of 13. Oh no, because you only were able to take 5 days off work this year. That's so short. I'm sorry. Are you mainly gonna stay in like one place then? That's not a lot of time to go around. Cowboy Bebop is too cool to be weeb. I think that puts you in like, I don't know. Actually, I don't know the nature of this anime. I don't know the nature of the anime, so I don't know where to rank. You guys can help rank this. It takes a weeb to know a weeb, right? Because I would say like tier 1 weeb is like you watch a lot of animes beyond the most popular ones that are like, you know, like really normies would know. And then like tier 2 is like you watch like really deep cut weird animes or like JRPG stuff like that. Tier 2 is also like VTubers. VTubers, maybe not someone like Iron Mouse, but like, you know, like proper. You watch Hollow Live, you're definitely in tier 2, okay? And also like if you like Hatsune Miku, you're already in tier 2. You skip tier 1 if you like Hatsune Miku or similar artists. We had to cut our Kyoto, so it's going to be Osaka and Tokyo for the last half and spend Halloween in Shibuya. Yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah, I would not try to go to Osaka, Tokyo, and Kyoto if you only have, because that's basically like 7 days, right? If you spend 2 days traveling. But I'm sorry you had to cut it short. That sucks. I'm sure you'll have a wonderful time regardless, though. You'll make the most of your time. Imagine the scenario. Last night I was drinking Sapporo, listening to J-pop, and playing Street Fighter, and yet soba for dinner. Chikano, I think you're at least a tier 2, buddy. There's some cool weaves out there. I mean, yeah, there's cool weaves out there, but that doesn't make it okay. You know, like we like Porter Robinson, but he's still a big weeb. I love Toby Fox. He's still a massive weeb. On the upside, you're able to spend more per night on your hotel. Ooh, so you're getting a sleep for your Tokyo portion of the trip. Let's go. Treat yourself. Yeah, honestly, if your trip gets cut short because you have to work, like treat yourself. Hatsune Miku is a legend icon. tier 2 weeb. Attack on Titan was tier 1. No, Attack on Titan is not tiered. So like if you watch Attack on Titan and stuff, that doesn't make you a weeb, in my opinion. Like I think if you watch Attack on Titan, if you watch Death Note, if you watch Pokemon, I don't think you're a weeb. Me looking over to see Key watching anime. Key's anime references are too deep cut for him not to be a tier 2 weeb. I'm sorry. I feel like Hatsune Miku, your weebness is passed on to your children. Like the original Sid. I agree. You've doomed your family for eternity. You doomed your bloodline for eternity. You talk about weeb stuff every stream. Is that what we've become now? Well, I'm trying to like formalize my tier list. That's why. I was working on it yesterday, but I kept getting distracted. We talked about some really weird stuff yesterday, so then we got distracted. I don't even remember what we talked about, but it was it distracted me from my weeb tier list. Curious what tier 3 entails though. Hatsune Miku is pretty weeby. Yes. Tier 3. So we've established that there's it's weebery is like a skill tree, okay? There's branching paths after tier 2, but that doesn't necessarily mean the paths are mutually exclusive. Okay? You can spec into both if you have enough weeb points. Okay? Just gotta get some last minute items to prep. You need a gimbal. The heck is a gimbal? And another suitcase. One that fits inside of my current suitcase. I only have to pay for the additional bag on the way back. Oh, a lot of times my family, we use like a duffel bag sort of thing that folds up. That'd be good. You could put like food and clothes. You could put like clothes in there. A lot of weeb questions to consider. There's a lot of weeb. Yeah, there's a lot of we gotta really consider all these contingencies. We just for you exactly. Your former tier 1 weeb, maybe tier 2. Tier 2. You're retired now, cannot get rid of the knowledge. And yeah, I guess if you're like you could be reformed, I think. Are obscure slice of life animes tier 2 or tier 3? No. The obscure animes is tier 2. Titles like How Raylina Ended Up in the Duke's. I have no idea what that is. Asking for a friend. Welcome in, Key. You've had a mention. Oh, we're just talking about the tiers of weebs. And we've established that you're tier 2 weeb. Congratulations. Like the way I discovered Miku through your love of rhythm games kind of canceled out the weeb nature of it. Like you didn't go out of your way to browse Nico Nico or whatever it's called to watch your videos and all that. It doesn't matter how you got there. You're there, you know? And rhythm games are kind of weeby. It depends on the rhythm game. But like a lot of rhythm games are super weeby. Like if you play Osu, immediate tier 2 weeb. Like okay, never play. Okay. Fine. But yeah, I'm just saying, like, just because you discovered it through rhythm game, that doesn't necessarily mean you're not weeby. A gimbal is basically a selfie stick that stabilizes the phone, keeps it level while you watch. Oh, are you gonna take some videos or live stream? If you have a friend who's considering to become a weeb, what should I tell them to do? Tell them to stop before it's too late. Are self-insert harem animes automatic tier 3? Yes. Do you have to ask that, Law? Absolutely, tier 3. What is a tier 2? Okay. We need to write this down. I need to make a document. Tier 1 weeb is like you okay. Tier 0, like you're not even a weeb. It's like you watch like Attack on Titan. Cause you heard about it. You watch like Pokemon, whatever. That kind of level of anime. Tier 1 is like you watch a good variety of animes. You watch a fair amount. They're generally quite well known. Like none of them are very obscure or anything like that. Tier 2 is like you're watching a lot of anime that casual anime fans have not heard of. Or you like VTubers, Hollow Live, or you like Hatsune Miku or other Vocaloid stuff. Or you play Osu. These are all valid ways to reach tier 2. Elite beat Agents Rhythm Heaven. Okay, but Rhythm Heaven is sick. I exempt that. Project Diva VC. I don't know the other two. I saw you talked about it before, but I respect it. You love that anime? The romance Yamada level 999. What a name. We need to make a flow. Yeah, I'm working on the flow chart. I'll have to construct one. Self-insert harem, you may as well be in the top rank of weeb. Yeah. I think level 3, tier 3 is the top of the media tier, the media path, I would say. And that is, it's borderline tier 3, but not quite. I think if you're like really, really into OC, that's one thing. But yeah, if you're watching, yeah, we'll say tier 3, harem animes. You're like, you unironically have a waifu. You know, like very you know, like you unironically have a waifu. Okay, you all know what that means. You have body pillows, you have a lot of anime merch that you display proudly in your home. That kind of stuff. That's the kind of people. Or you're like very, very into watching Hololive and you donate a lot of money to them, you know? That kind of thing. You're trying to watch a 9 Soul speedrun the other day and the guy had ice cream like music on the background the whole run. And it was difficult to stand. Understandable, Ricky. Is there tier 4? There's no... I've never heard of a tier 4. I feel like tier 3 is maybe the peak of the media tier. I don't know how you can go beyond that. We need the weeb iceberg explain. I need to make a video, yeah. Watch VTubers where there's some normal streamers, so sometimes he's a VTuber. No, not those ones. Not those ones. The ones that are like using the anime girl voice. Those ones. Like, I'm not talking about like Iron Mouse, okay? I'm talking about the people, you know, the ones who speak in like a really, really high-pitched voice. What if I donated money to a VTuber before she was inducted into Hololive's What Thirsty Kebab? Does she speak like an anime girl? That's the first question. That's usually my line. And if you watch the girlfriend experience or boyfriend experience VTubers that are like anime, doing anime girl voice or whatever, that's immediate tier 3. That's immediate tier 3. Not like you watched it like because you're curious, but like you're genuinely into it. That's tier 3 immediately. And I will say, this branch, even if you're tier 3, like, it's not hurting anyone. Like, yeah, you're weird, but like, you're not hurting anyone. You're not sure what constitutes an anime girl voice. Like, if they're just talking in their normal voice, then I don't think that counts. But if they're putting on, like, I mean, you've probably seen, like, clips of Hololive, right? Like, you're familiar with VTubers. You know how some of them speak, right? Like, they're clearly putting on, like, they sound like Paimon, you know? There's a VTuber girl that speaks with a low-pitched voice. It's not weeby. I mean, I guess maybe there's, like, other avenues. Like, some of them might be going for, like, let's say, like, a Raiden Shogun type of vibe, you know? Like, to put in terms that we know. That could probably still count. You're changing it? I'm sorry. Are you watching like a mommy VTuber? What? I mean, like, I don't know. Like, it's like if you're putting on a voice, like if you're putting on a voice to become an anime archetype, that's the definition, I would say. Now you're changing the rules. I'm sorry. Is this a girlfriend experience VTuber? I'm saying that's a separate category from just watching a VTuber play a game. I'm gonna check this out. It sounds interesting. We need a definitive tier. Okay. I'll write it out. Should we do it now? I don't know what the best. Should we just do like a Google Doc? Maybe we'll do a Google Doc. Okay. How about that? Deletes VTuber model. Angel was ready with the VTuber voice. No, I need it's not going to be a tier list because like we need to like define what puts you into that tier, you know? I'll start Google Doc. Okay, I will. I'm just going to go to the bathroom first. You guys can have the Malamar. Yokomoto can be haunted by Malamar once again. If you have to ask, you're in the danger zone. Yeah, we don't. Yokomoto is asking too many questions. I think it's a tier 3 angle. We could be reformed if you no longer watch this VTuber. We need an animation. I can't do an animation. What about a tomboy? I don't know. Program a game with the list of the skill tree. Yeah, it is definitely a skill tree. It is definitely a skill tree. Okay. Let me just go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Enjoy the Malamar, and we'll come back and we'll make this doc. Okay. BRB. Okay, I'm back. Okay. Just give me a second. Let me start the document. Welcome in, Ratzi. Congrats on being first. Google Docs. Let's get a Google Docs in. You feel like you're on a weeb spectrum? I don't think it's a spectrum. I think it's just definitive. We're finalizing our weeb tier list, okay? Some of our weeb regulars aren't in attendance. No, we can work on it. I need people's weeb expertise. It takes a weeb to know a weeb, you know? So we gotta have everyone's input on this. Okay, let me pull it up. How can I do this? Let's put it here and let's get here. Okay. You're watching Norway disappointed in an international football tournament? Oh no. Oh, good job, Norway. Good job. They scored. Okay. Let's okay, you guys can see this. I think I should make it bigger. I make it bigger. 200%. Is this too big? Maybe that's too big. Probably does not need to be that big. Okay. In a basement tier 1. We're doing it. Okay. Let's make the title. Weeb tier list. Not tier list sounds like we're ranking them, right? I think we'll say like weeb tiers. Weeb tiers. And then we can link this to people, you know? Top level claiming to be Japanese immune. No, it's true. It's true, Ratzi. I don't make the rules. Weeb tiers. Weeb severity chart. Oh my god. Okay, fine. Weeb severity chart. I like that. It makes it sound like being a weeb is something to be avoided, which is true. Okay, let's start with, get a nice heading in there. I would say tier 0, not a weeb, okay? Tier 0 is not a weeb. And we'll put some bullet points, okay? Tier 0, I don't like these bullet points. Should we put numbers? Tier 0, not a weeb. Getting Japanese citizenship to beat the allegations? No. We can clip the crap out of the stream and send the clips. Oh no. You can make it like a risk matrix. What's a risk matrix? Like the game Risk? They're Japanese leaves, they're called otaku. Yeah, they're a separate thing. I think a lot of okay, let me clarify. To be a weeb, you need to have some sort of inherent or like the underlying, you may not really have this, but like you a lot of times you have some sort of underlying romanticization of Japan, which I think being Japanese exempts you from. Risk matrix. I think Rasty was just talking about Risk yesterday. Oh no, this is not Risk. It's not Risk the game. A Risk. How severe? What is this? Oh my gosh. This is a risk matrix, apparently. Almost certain low. How severe would the outcomes be if the risk occurred? Oh no. True. Very, very severe. Watches Hatsune Miku. Very extreme 25. Oh my gosh. You just otaku with all that Genshin and Leon and Gudetama plushies? Nah. Good thing I don't have that. Japan is on my list of places you'd like to visit. Yeah, you're definitely not on the. There's two. We'll get there, but there's different branches, and I don't think you're on the other branch. You're 116 Japanese. I may have never been a weeb. That's a bit low. I feel like once you're reaching 116th, like that's a long way back. Is Genshin tier 0 or tier 1? I think Genshin is it depends how popular something is. So I would say tier 0 is like watches extremely popular anime. Well known by well known by normies. Okay, well known by normies. For example, Attack on Titan, Death Note, Pokemon, Dragon Ball Z. You know? What? I think it's just fair. I think it's just fair. I don't think this makes you a weeb if you watch Pokemon growing up, right? Out of free rent. No. Why is this tier 0? Oh, it should be opposite? You mean that should the tiers go down? I'll say level 0. Severity 0. I'll say level 0. I'll say level. Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z. I don't know. Maybe Sailor Moon. Yeah, okay, I mean, it's just... I'll put etc. Okay, we're not listing every single one. Put our names as examples. It's like dear Chikano, dear Yokomono. No, we'll just put it there. You cosplayed and danced as a Vocaloid member. I can't beat the alligator. Yeah, you definitely cannot. Remove Attack on Titan and Death Note? Why? I think watching Attack on Titan does not make you a weep. Like if someone's like, I watched Attack on Titan, then like, I think anime is pretty popular to the general public. Like people know about anime, right? So if I don't at least make sure, you know, you're not trying to get high. Maybe just remove Death Note. I guess Death Note's pretty weeby. Okay, fine, I'll remove Death Note. You're right. It is pretty it has a lot of very anime kind of thing. I'm like those are mid, real weeb. Yeah, if you're a true weeb, no, I think that has nothing to do with your true weebness. I think that has more to do with your gatekeeping. I want to close this. How do I? Don't always show. Bookmarks toolbar. Never show. Never show. Okay, there we go. I wanted it cropped out like that. Okay. If you watch anime and enjoy it, I think I'm a Donald. I think if you watch something as a kid, it's not necessarily weeby. You know, you're not old enough to consent to being a weeb yet. You know. If you want to watch Attack on Titan, don't you need to go out of your way to find an anime streaming service? No, it's on Netflix. Pokemon card. I don't think Pokemon cards are weeby. We all traded those as a kid. I was close to 0, but now you removed Death Note. Don't know. I think it could go either way. It's like if you've only watched these and Death Note, then you're probably still tier 0. But if you watch a bunch of other stuff, then I don't know. And welcome in, Mr. Bug. How are you? We 100% watch Pokemon is only saying it to avoid being a weeb. I actually have not watched Pokemon. That's a big thing. I have to mention Taylor. I have etc. It's not every single Pokemon. Not every single anime. Root to watch Attack on Titan. Weave as 0. I think refusing to watch popular things. I mean, it's one thing if you just don't like it. But if you don't like watching things because they're popular, that's a different issue. That has nothing to do with being a weeb. But tier just K-pop Demon Hunters. I don't think it's that's different tier. We're not doing the Korea Boo K-pop fan tier, okay? Tier there could be like likes a few Japanese songs. Oh yeah, true. I have anime known by Oh, how about Studio Ghibli movies too? Ghibli movies, etc. Yeah, right? Sure, okay, I don't think I have to put movies. Studio Ghibli, etc. I think that counts. Demon Slayer is level 0. K-pop Demon Slayers. What is Demon Slayer? Are you sure you're Japanese? If you haven't seen I just never really watched it growing up. That's why I don't have any Pokemon nostalgia. Yeah, I would say like, yeah. Plays very popular mainstream JRPGs. For example, Final Fantasy. I don't think playing Final Fantasy makes you a weeb. Pokemon again. Yeah, I don't think Elden Ring would be considered weeby. JRPGs. I'll put Genshin here just because for myself. I'll say etc. as well before you guys complain that I forgot one. You're also tier 0 in Korea Boo levels. Yeah, I would say you're not a Korea Boo Rassi. You're just very very into K-pop idols, which is not the same thing, but it's separate. It's separate. Genshin absolutely does not vote. It does. It does. It's very popular. I will die on the hill. Genshin, not weeby. It's getting weebier though. It's getting real weebier. What about J-dramas? I don't think any J-dramas, unfortunately, although I love J-dramas, I don't think any of them are popular enough to really be on this list. I think if you watch J-dramas, you'd probably actively seek them out. It's not like, oh, I watched Squid Game, you know? Like, that's not really a J-drama like that. Soulsborne is LARP. Yeah, I think FromSoft games are not very weeby. Genshin is popular for no, a lot of normies play Genshin. Erased. Erased is good, yeah. Genshin is inherently weeby. No. Your mom was in horror when I showed her your undersized Sailor Moon shirt. She just doesn't understand your style. What about Alice in Borderland? I watched that and it was like the most anime thing I've ever watched. It's not even like it's live action, but it's the most anime thing I've ever watched. You can tell it was adapted from a manga. I was like, damn, this is such a manga. But it was reasonably popular. I'm not gonna put any J-dramas on here. Your mom banned you from wearing anime shirts when I visited her a few weeks ago. That's weeb behavior. That your mom has to prevent you from that. Okay. Mom banned anime shirts. Yeah, that's a tier. I don't know where that puts you yet, but it puts you somewhere. Okay, and then yeah, so I would say, likes very popular Japanese songs. No, like, hey, protagonist. This is not Wakamin, but this is cumulative, okay? Found the Hatsune Miku shirt. Oh no, Japanese. What like very popular Japanese songs. For example, Yoasobi. I don't really know. what anime music? Idol. That's Yoasobi. Okay. Let's. What else would be on here? What is very very popular Japanese music? I don't know. I feel like we don't even need to include this. I don't know about I feel like music is not that weeby, you know? I would say like really weeby would be like Vocaloid, but like I don't think just liking regular music is weeby, you know? Like I think you can like music from many different cultures. Cause like anime's inherently weeby because of the anime tropes and stuff like that. That I think there's a lot of, you know, weeby. Like there's a barrier to entry, right? Like I think maybe yeah. Like okay, idols is a different thing. Like if you're like, but I don't think it would be anywhere near tier 0. Like I think if you're like a huge AKB fan and you like know their names, like I think that's already putting you in like tier 2. You know. You listen to Yoasobi, but you still call her Yasaboy. I don't. That just makes you really white. I don't know. What about the ice cream song? Okay, ice cream song is not level 0. Let's be real. Yeah, let's. Yeah, I think leaving music out of it is fine, unless it's really weeby music. Level 1. Level 1. Yeah, this is level 1. You're a weeb now. What would we call this weeb? Like casual weeb. Casual weeb. And if you're a casual weeb, casual entry level junior weeb. Clueless weeb? No, I want to say clueless weeb. Vanilla weeb. Amateur weeb. Oh no. Intern. Let's just say casual, guys. Let's just say casual. Well, you guys can call it whatever you want. Baby, no. Okay, I would say let's start with anime. I would say watches, large variety of anime beyond the extremely mainstream in the West ones, but does not watch extremely obscure anime, i.e. anime that casual anime fans will not know. Okay, did I spell that wrong? There's nothing wrong with that. That's fair, right? Orpheus and I about to be tier 3. You'll see. Yoko's in the trenches. The VTuber thing really is tough. And the Hatsune Miku thing is tough. I think that part's very subjective. Which part? It's hard to describe. It's really hard to describe, isn't it? Watch a large variety of anime beyond the extremely mainstream ones. Okay, I'll say a variety of anime. But does not watch extremely obscure anime. Anime that casual fans will not know. Is that different? I don't know. Simon here. I don't have examples. I don't know any obscure anime. That's the thing. I don't know any very ones. Those are popular ones that are still very trope heavy. Popular ones that are very trope heavy. Beyond extremely mainstream. Like they're very anime is what you mean? Tier 1 anime is like Cowboy Bebop, CSM. Yeah, like Chainsaw Man. Okay, let's just remove that because we'll have that definition later on. Yeah. Watch the variety of anime beyond the okay. We'll say beyond the level 0 ones, but does not watch extremely obscure anime. Is there girl weeps? Absolutely. It's gender neutral. Girls can be weeps too. Let's not be. It would be nice if they weren't, but girls can be weeps too. Stuff that ABG couples will cosplay without knowing their siblings. That's a very specific definition. I would say don't watch anime. These anime have many tropes like shonen, isekai, and such. Example. Okay, sorry. Let's use what? Give me tier 1 animes. Chainsaw Man. That's a good one. Thank you. We got to be clear with this because people are gonna try to break their way out of it. You know. Monster Hunter. My Hero Academia. Yeah, you're right. That's definitely one. Let's just put really popular ones. Sword Art Online. We'll just put you put Death Note here. Naruto, One Piece. Okay, we can't have that. We'll just go like etc. Okay. I think they get the idea. Solo Leveling? Is that really popular right now? What about classic anime like Crayon Shin-chan and Doraemon? I don't think children's anime counts. I think it's a different category because usually they're not very like they're kids shows, right? And that's like saying like, you know, like there's a lot of Western shows that are animated as well. Watch mid shonen anime. I think they get the idea. Okay. Reincarnate as a slime. I think should be. Okay. It's not an exhaustive list. Okay. This list will be like 100 animes long. One of the big 3, Naruto, One Piece, Dragon Ball Zero, would be Dragon Ball is here. But I would say Naruto and One Piece are. I would say like if you're like a non-weeb, if you're like a complete normie, I don't think you'll be watching it. Like, for example, if you were like, say you have a friend who just like watches sports, okay? Would you be able to convince like would they be like into Naruto? I don't think so. I think it's very anime like, right? Cuz like Attack on Titan, I think you could enjoy even if you're not an anime fan cuz it's like you know, there's a lot of action and stuff like that and it has more like serious themes and stuff like that. It's not a show. I mean, maybe it is a shonen, but it's not quite like that. And yeah, One Piece is long as hell. and it's very anime. I think like just like yeah, very very like heavy anime. Like you guys know like the anime tropes and stuff like that. I think that makes it hard for non-anime watchers to get into. Like for example, I would watch Attack on Titan and I would probably enjoy it, but I probably would not enjoy watching like One Piece. And I've tried watching like Sword Art Online, and I was like back in the day I tried watching a few animes, and like Sword Art Online was like I couldn't get into it. I was like it was too much. Yeah, it was like yeah, like isekai and stuff. It was too did not enjoy that part. But I didn't, and then even like Death Note I think was like I was like I enjoyed it to an extent, but like it was very cheesy. Um My Hero Academia has a panties joke. 5 minutes in what? Yeah. I feel like there's a lot of stuff like that you have to be able to like like look past. Like for example, when I started playing Genshin, I know I played Genshin. Okay, I'll remove Genshin from this tier. But like when I started playing Genshin, there were so many things that I was like, a lot of anime fans are like, this is tame. Like, come on. But then like as someone who never has encountered that stuff before, like it was a lot for me to get into. Like when I first started, there was like jiggle physics. There was like when you glide, the girls' skirts like lift up so you can like see their underwear. And I was like, I was like that was such a barrier to entry for me to get into Genshin. Like that was like it was I almost considered quitting like that many times because I was like seeing all these things. I was like, oh, so I think if anime has stuff like that, like fan service or like really really cutesy female characters, stuff like that, really cringe like shonen protagonist kind of thing, you know, then it's hard. I think it's hard for normies to get into, and I think that makes it tier one. I think that definitely makes it tier one. Have many tropes like shonen, isekai, and such. Yeah. And shonen, and I would say like these ones would have like mild fan service, nothing too crazy. I'm hearing Mija has watched tier one anime. I've tried. I had a period of time where I was like, well, let me like I'm not coming at anime as someone who's never experienced it, okay? Like I'm coming as someone who kept an open mind. I tried watching some, I enjoyed some, but I hit a wall. Okay, is what I'm saying. I hit a wall and I was like, I cannot support this. And even then, I'm still exposed to like anime tropes and stuff like that through Genshin. But that's the part of Genshin I don't like. Like if Genshin didn't have that anime stuff, I would think I would like it more. We just non-Japanese media is for amateur weaves. Us tier threes don't claim it. Okay. Your gatekeeping is a different category altogether. How many anime posters can you have in your room until you're a weeb? Zero. Zero. What is this? And I'm not really sure. Is where you wouldn't collect figures, but you would try to win one at an arcade. The pride was on the edge. Yeah, like if you got it for free or for like it was basically falling down. But maid butler cafes, it depends your reason for going. If you just think it's like you just want to see what it's like, then I don't think you're necessarily like a weeb. But if you're going and you genuinely are like, you're like, wow, these girls are so cute and they're so nice. Japanese girls are so perfect, you know, like then you're like a different tier. We'll get there. We'll get there. These are still media weebs, okay? Okay. The part that I need your guys' help on is I would say is JRPGs. I would say plays how would you describe it? I mean they are nice, Rathi. They are nice, but I would say like if you're going just because you want to like be waited on by these like cute Japanese girls and you think a lot of Japanese girls are like that, then that's different. We already know they're not like that. You've met me. Tale series, Persona. I would say like Persona, but how would you describe it? Like I would say like Nier Automata and stuff like that would be here. Monster Hunter. I don't think Monster Hunter is weeby. Like I don't think there's anything about it that's like super weeby. Is there? I mean I haven't played it. So I don't know. And I feel like Ricky will be biased. You think Nier Automata is not level 1? I've never played it, so I'm not sure. Is it like really, and is it really? I heard they really sexualized 2B, so maybe it is level 2. Before Persona 5 came out, Persona would be like tier 2, but P5 brought that to mainstream. Yeah, I would say Persona is here. But there's still a lot of like Persona 5 even. I haven't seen the other Personas, but Persona 5 has a lot of anime tropes. And a lot of stuff that I think normal people would be like, ooh, including me. Monster Hunter is not anime, all Japanese, but yeah, I don't think Monster Hunter is really there. It's like saying like Elden Ring. At what level does League come into play? I mean, unless you only play Yasuo and Yone, like, then I don't think it really makes you a weeb. It makes you a degenerate, but not necessarily weeb. It is, but in terms of story and lore, it's kind of deep, and only those who have played it can really describe it. Okay. Okay, how do we describe these enemies? Plays many JRPGs with more heavy anime tropes. Like that? But with more heavy anime tropes, but not but only a medium amount of fan service. For example, Persona. What's another one? Because like I think Nier, I think you're right. I think Protagonist is right that for Nier probably is more of a level 2 one. Get this non-Japanese media propaganda out of here. Oh my gosh. League isn't weeby. I don't think League is weeby. Like League has a lot of anime stuff, but it's not necessarily weeby. Grand Blue? I've not even heard of that, so I don't think that counts. League is LARPy? I don't think so. What am I seeing right now? Kalani, welcome in. We need your help. The tier 1 couldn't stand. Yeah, I think Nier's too much for tier 1s. Do you think people can start dressing up in cosplay at level 1? Maybe. It depends. I think it depends on the anime that it's from. If you're cosplaying as these animes, like these kind of animes, then that's okay. But if you're cosplaying as something really, really niche, then maybe not. Thinking a Guilty Gear Strive. I don't know these games. Grenblue is like Japanese Genshin. But only you're walking anime. Well, what about JRPGs? We're on JRPGs right now. Fighting games should be the exempt. I think those are different. You might like those just for the skill, unless it's Osu. I think Osu is a bit different. Okay. We'll put a we'll save this for later. How about that? And I would say like what about conventions? I was thinking about conventions. I would say like would go to a convention if for fun, if it was convenient. No, maybe not convenient, but like we're gonna go to a convention for fun, but how would you describe it? Yeah, just going is not a. I would say not going, but like sorry, what am I trying to say? Like someone who like religiously goes to conventions is not tier 1, but just going like here and there. Go to a convention for fun. If it was local, not too expensive. Yeah. Like I would say go to a convention if it's fun, not too expensive, but does not go regularly or go out of their way. Yeah, does not go regular or go out of the way. For example, out of the way, like traveling. Yeah. Probably want to check one out. People don't wear deodorant. Maybe you want to know what it smells like, you know? Like imagine with casual wear. Yeah. Don't take signs that does not go regular or go out of the way, like traveling. Okay, or go out of the way, yeah. Do you think level 1 weebs feel that they're hardcore weebs? Like, do they call themselves weebs? I think they do. I think they do call themselves weebs, yeah. I think they know that or maybe they don't know that there's more weebery out there to be had. They live in blissful ignorance. They think they're the most weeby. What if I went with the Naruto shirt and the headband? I think it's fine. That's still part of the level 1 weeb list. More weebery. You know the weebery. Okay. That's good. We like that. Level 2. Ooh, the wrong heading. Level 2. What would be level 2? What would we call this? Liking Hatsune Miku should definitely be in level 1. You're gonna make it level 5. There's no level 5. But the Hatsune Miku is not level 1. Are you putting Hatsune Miku in the same category as Naruto and Persona? I don't think so. Intermediate weeb. What if I got a bookshelf of only mangas? I didn't even consider manga. I don't think manga's even in the picture in level 1. I think Vocaloid arts would be level 2. Yeah, I agree. Hatsune Miku. Level 5. Defends Hatsune Miku intensely. She's huge in Mexico and Brazil. And they're weebs. They're level 2 weebs. Your level 10. Your handle is Yokomoto. Okay. What should this be called? Casual weeb, intermediate weeb? I'll say it. Intermediate sounds weird. Intermediate weeb. Where's the sub versus dub thing? That's not related to this. That's within the weeb people. I don't... Sophomore? I'm not American. I don't know what that means. I think yesterday we were asking... Yeah, everyone actually... They won't admit it, Yokomono, but everyone was missing you yesterday. People were asking for you. I don't know. I don't remember what the context... Maybe we're just talking about weeps and that's why. But people were wanting to see you. But it's like you were summoned. Yeah. It's something that's the way it came up, but the underlying heart of it is that people missed you. You're obviously aware of Hatsune Miku, but I don't... Yeah, no, that's fine if you're allowed to know what Hatsune Miku is. That doesn't make you a weeb. Because like if you're on the internet a lot, I think you'll know Hatsune Miku. Even if it's just like the news story of the guy who married Hatsune Miku or whatever, you know? Okay. I would say watches, obscure animes. Sports anime comes in? No, I don't think so. Because like, isn't like stuff like Bleach and Haikyuu fairly well known? Watches obscure. Okay. Watches obscure anime. The definition of this, AKA anime that casual fans will not know, and average Japanese citizens will not know. Oh, maybe this is too much. That seems fair, right? Watch obscure anime. Anime that casual fans and average Japanese citizens will not know. Because like I think a Japanese person will know what Bleach and Haikyuu and Naruto and all these animes are. Like they'll have heard of them even if they don't watch them. Yeah. What's an example of one? That's where I need your guys' help because I actually don't know. Also, I don't want to do 2 brackets. AKA. There's no like dot after AKA, right? Will not know. Example. Level 2 weebs, out yourself. Anyone who answers this question is outing themselves as a level 2 weeb. But like, do it for the greater good. Okay? Delete that. Watch as Ray Liana. Or how I ended up in the Duke's mansion. Wait, can you guys come to a consensus? I don't know which ones you're joking about. if I see someone agree with another person, then I will add it to the list. Okay? You guys need to agree on them because I don't know. You agree with Chicano? Okay, prison school. Cause these are all animes I would never have heard of because they're in tier 2. Whatever Kalani says, it's all okay. Yeah. Well, we'll trust their judgment, their weeb judgment. We already know they're tier 2 weebs. Should we introduce other anime genres starting at this tier? Like what genres? It's actually pretty outed tier 2 weebs. Do popular older animes count? No, I think that just makes you old. I'm sorry. Or makes you like into old things. High School DxD down. Is that what it's called? Should you change your stream? No, no, Angel. I don't want them here. We already have enough. DxD, is that how you write it? Kaido Kid is very obscure. Huh. Since he does appear in Detective Conan. Oh, Detective Conan is very well known. I love Detective Conan, actually. But I've never heard of Kaido Kid. Can't be a weeb if you watch old animes. I mean, I don't think so. I mean, I don't think that necessarily has. I don't think the. Don't put High School DxD. Wait, why? Why? Is it bad? I have no idea. They'll get to, yeah, they shouldn't be like super weird. You said it's down bad. Okay. But that should be part of it, no? I shouldn't put it here. Are you saying it's inappropriate? Is it porn? If it is, that's not part of this list. It's more than, okay, you think it's more than level 2. Okay, what's a real level 2? Close to. Okay, borderline. Okay, we'll put that in tier 3, okay? Why is it called high school? Oh my god, why is it called high school? We won't quite. Okay, the less we know, the better. The less we know, the better. Violet Evergarden, any agreeers? The setting is 7 high school. You know what? I don't want to know. Don't want to know. Continue watching, yes. Does belong. You think it's in tier 2? Really? This goes the comment setting in the trend. Oh god. You put dun dun dun? Dun da dun 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 da dun. I have no idea. Can we come to an agreement? Do we agree on Violet Evergarden, sorry. But yeah, like I was saying, I don't think the age of the anime is related to the levels. You know, like I think it's separate. Dun da dun. Okay, we agree on that one. Dun da dun. Dun da dun. Okay, that's correct. If prison school is here, high school DxD should. But chat seems to disagree. Fruits Basket? I feel like I've heard of this though. I've seen the mangas around in the library when I used to work. Are you saying at the library they had this tier 2 weeb behavior? I love it here. You guys know the good. Oh, it's too many weaves, man. Too many weaves. Can't agree with this. Prison school is very crude humor. I mean, fair enough. Then like Fruit Basket, too weeby. Damn, too weeby for you. Okay, I think this is enough, right? I think people get the idea. Cause like people reading this, like it's like if you, I think we need to put animes here that are like if you know, you know, right? Like if you are tier 2 weeb, you read that and you're like, oh, yeah, I got you. Like I know, you know. And welcome in, Sacred. Hope you're doing well today. Your homegirl saw your card jam-packed with Fruits Basket manga. Nice. More quite raunchy, more on the adult side, naughty jokes, like a mid-2000s Seth Rogen. Yeah, I mean, I don't think level 2 necessarily has to go into like it doesn't necessarily have to be like sexual or like raunchy or anything like that. It could be like quite, you know, it could be quite like really, it just has to be like obscure, I guess, you know? I guess the less popular ones tend to be more niche topics. Um, Prison Break. Prison Break is great. Dun da Dun is really popular among Japanese, so would they know what it is? Like, would a normal person who doesn't watch anime know what it is? Prison School is a group of boys getting tortured by wife. That does sound fun. I would like it. Oh God. That does sound something like I would like, but I can't. I don't know if I would go into that. What Netflix animes that aren't super mainstream? I don't know. I don't think we need to categorize every anime. I'm sure you guys can do that on your own. Like, you guys can go through the list of anime and go like tier level 0, level 1, level 2. I'm not watching it. So on Netflix is pretty main. I don't know. Netflix has a lot of random stuff. You know what else is too weeb for me? Okay, okay. じゃあ、マエストロのために日本語喋ります。このウィーブの話してる時に日本語喋るのちょっとちょっと嫌だよね。ラッフィーの、なんていうの、日本語で声優が、おばあちゃんをうん。うん、これは本当に、このレベルはちょっと、このアニメは絶対このレベルって、そういうのはあんまりないけど、ちょっと、これ3つ入れたら、だいたいこのレベルの人が、いやこれ、なんか、こういうアニメを見たら、このレベルだって。それが分かったら大丈夫だと思う。全部入れなくていいから。いや、もうやめて。やだよ、もう。I'm done. Bill 202 is Netflix and Crunchyroll can be 3 plus. No. I think you guys don't know what 3 plus is. We'll get there. Don't back me up, but I'm pretty sure that one is not tier 2. Which one? Dun da dun? I don't know. Because we're talking about non-Japanese people. I don't know if that's well known. I have no idea. Prison School's raunchy at the same time is very progressive. It's one of the rare instances in Eastern media where women are portrayed as more powerful than their male counterparts. I do love that. Miji would love it because she tortures us here already. Yeah. Okay. Dun da dun is even on Netflix. I don't think something being on Netflix makes it not weeby. I'm sorry, I'm like sticking to my chair. Is someone watching on tier 2 has to be Netflix? Someone watching on tier 2 has to be One Piece. You're gonna say tier 0 due to very popular. I think One Piece is pretty like I don't think if you watch One Piece, I think you're automatically a weeb, you know? Like like if you're committing to watching One Piece. Dun da dun is quite popular. Okay, should I remove it? Okay, then what we should have at least 3 examples. Okay, we need another tier level 2 weeb example. Free Ren? I don't know. Like I said, I would say Angel's against it. Angel's like, I love Free Ren. I said that Kalani, we kind of agreed that music would not be part of it because like music is very universal. I don't think it necessarily makes you a weeb to enjoy Japanese music, but the exceptions are Hatsune Miku, Vocaloid, stuff like that. Prison School can stay there. I hear it's progressive. No, weeb has nothing to do with being progressive or not. So that's completely separate. I still sing Violet Evergarden. I need agreeers for Violet Evergarden. I need like two agreeers. Okay. Free Run season 2 locked in. Let's reestablish the rules. Casual fans of anime will maybe not have watched or heard of it. Japanese citizens will not have heard of it. You know, like or the average Japanese citizen who doesn't watch anime I guess you guys may not have a good grasp of that, but let's just go with like casual fans maybe don't know it. Solo leveling is tier 2. Isn't that quite popular though? Okay, any Violet Evergarden agreeers? So Loving is Korean. Okay, that doesn't count then. High School of the Dead. They won Anime of the Year. Try again. Which one? Violet Evergarden. That doesn't mean it's not weeby. Oh, solo love. Okay, I don't know what you guys are talking about. We need another tier 2 anime. We just didn't even ask our family living in Japan. Why would I ask? I'm not gonna ask about each anime. Solo, but you said that's Korean. I'm using a Japanese streamer couple I've watched for a while to gauge this. I know for a fact they're aware of level 1, but probably not level 2. Yeah, exactly. I kind of know what my family are aware of. Like, my family definitely knows what like One Piece and stuff like that is, right? Like, obviously. They probably have heard of something like Chainsaw Man. Like, if one of the songs like is like top charting in Japan, then people know, right? Like, people will know. Like, people know about like Spy X Family because the song was very, very popular, and Hoshino Gen is very popular. So stuff like that, and like people know Chainsaw Man because like Kenshi Onizu's song went very, very. Is that Kenshi Onizu's song? But like, yeah, when it's just a lot of times the songs, if they're charting in Japan, it's probably level 1. And Wakamin, Josie, Haikyuu for tier 2, but Haikyuu people know about it. Like, it's pretty well known. Like, I know Haikyuu. You object to Violet Evergarden. Do they know Prison School? I don't think so. JoJo is tier 2, but I feel like people know it. Kaiju number 8. Think JoJo? Solo Leveling only won Anime of the Year because it's a popular. Yeah, if it won a popular, but I doubt. That means anime fans do know about it. I would say if it's in the anime awards, it's probably not in tier 2, right? JoJo? You think JoJo? This is the liveliest debate we've had in some time. There's too much anime, man. JoJo. But we're doing it for the greater good. We need to categorize them. Okay, let's just put it here. A lot of people are afraid to watch JoJo because of how weird it is, and then okay, so it's not as accessible to average anime fan. Is this correct? Whatever, it doesn't matter. Okay, maybe it's level lowercase. JoJo. People might have been aware but never seen it themselves and only kind of know because of memes. Okay. And amateur weeb. You can't just gatekeeping weebery. Okay. And then we'll put in plays, JRPGs, gacha games. Plays with heavy fan service. With heavy fan service anime tropes. And plays, I'll say plays many. You don't have to say many. Plays gacha games but doesn't sweat. I don't think spending money on gacha games is brutal. Like, I don't think not spending money makes you not a weeb. Because like it could just mean you're a poor weeb, you know, or like a frugal weeb. Get out of here, guys. No, Genshin is not on the same level as Prison School. Oh my god, Stellar Blade, absolutely. Nikke. Absolutely. Like, games that I will not touch. Like, let's put Nier Automata here. But Nier Automata is so popular. I don't know. It's such a popular game that like I cannot put it in the same space as like these, right? Yeah, I would say Nikke, Stellar Blade. Stellar Blade is cringe. I think Stellar Blade just makes you like a degenerate. Nikke is cringe. I don't think it matters. Love and D Space? Nah, I don't think Love and D Space is sort of it. You're telling me iced coffee isn't fan service? No, but I think like Genshin is too mainstream. It's definitely. I think Genshin is probably level 1. And like, if anything were to be level 2, it would probably be Zenless. But Zenless is still quite popular because of Genshin. The dress-up anime? No, I don't think the dress-up one is. You take pride in being a free-to-play gamer. I mean, yeah, I don't think being free-to-play has anything to do with, like, I don't think spending money on gacha games is related to the weeb tiers. I think that's more related to, like, your gambling addiction, you know? You know what I mean? I think just something that only a few would play makes it a little more obscure, so I think Nier fits. I think a lot of people have played Nier, no? It's such a well-known game. League. Valorant. Okay, well, we'll just leave it at that then. I just feel weird putting on a near in this category because it's like it doesn't seem right compared to this, right? I would say was has an anime pro. I don't really care about the anime profile picture. Only well known because of one character. Yeah, because I know Tubi, and I think she's cool. But yeah, I think people get the idea. Like really fan servicey, really fan servicey game. Okay, actually, if I were to put a Genshin, if I were to put a Hoyoverse game here, it would be Honkai Impact here, right? Like Honkai Impact. There's only waifus, like that kind of game. And I would say, you know, I think this one is not required. I would say like with conventions, it's not like you could be a huge weeb without going to that many conventions, right? Because like you might just not have the funds to do it, or like you might be in an area where there's not that many conventions, stuff like that. But yeah, I would put that separately. We can figure out other things to put here. I'm sure there's stuff. The one parentheses without the space. The space at the end? What do you mean is space? None of them have spaces. Persona 1? E.g. Persona. One parentheses without the space at the end. Hmm? What do you mean? Oh, like you mean etc.? After the A. None of the other ones have space, Ricky. These ones don't have space. What do you mean? There's no space here. I would making cosplay anime game costumes as a hobby for I don't know, because I feel like I thought it was a space. Oh no, that's probably just too small. Yeah, I would say cosplay is maybe a separate hobby. I think you could be really into cosplay without. I don't think that makes you a weeb, right? Like I don't think being really into cosplay makes you a weeb. Like I think that just means you're into cosplay. I think that's maybe a separate. Like a lot of times they go hand in hand, but you can be a cosplayer without being a weeb, and you can be a weeb without being a cosplayer, right? If you're cosplaying someone from prison school, then yeah, you're probably a tiered level 2 weeb, but it's not because you cosplayed it. It's because you already like this anime, you know? I think cosplaying is different. Like, I don't know. Like, I think it's kind of included in that, like, like a lot of people they might make a really intense Transformers cosplay. They would not be a weeb, right? They would just be like really into making costumes. But if you're cosplaying a character from these anime, it's not the act of cosplaying that makes you a weeb. It's the fact that you know and love this anime that makes you a weeb. I think it's a separate tier list. Like I don't think any of these are related. Oh, don't forget. Likes Vocaloid. likes Vocaloid. For example, Hatsune Miku. I don't know any other Vocaloid, so we're just gonna stop there. Likes Vocaloid. Yeah, VTubers. Likes VTubers. Likes, let's say non-Western VTubers. Or also, I'll say Japanese VTubers. Japanese VTubers. We keep music out of it, but not Vocaloid. It's different. Yeah, Hololive. Yeah. For example, Hololive. That's if you like Hololive, you're automatically level 2. So now you're changing it. No, I always had that exception at the start. I said music is separate except for Vocaloid, because that is undeniably weeby. You're just fighting for Hatsune Miku, man. I keep associating Hololive with Hoyoverse. Unrelated. We need music. I don't think we need music. I don't think liking Japanese music makes you weeby. Because music is music. You know, I don't like. Okay. the majority of Japanese music, there's no barrier to entry to enjoying it. Like, if there's a good J-rock song, no one's really like, you could show it to your mom, and your mom might enjoy it, right? Like, while with like stuff like the anime, there is a barrier of entry to get into it, right? Like, if you show someone, I don't know, if you show someone Sword Art Online and there's like and there's like fan service or whatever, then like, you know, there's a bit of a barrier to entry to get into it. What about the 48 groups? Oh, like Vocaloid and J and or not. Okay. Closely follows J idol groups. For example, AKB48. Follows them and knows names, songs, etc. That's level 2, I think. If you know people in AKB48, I think you're level 2. I don't think you're level 1. A lot of anime openings were made from Japanese bands that made songs before they become... Yeah, exactly. Like, for example, like, Hoshino Gen is very, very popular. Stuff like that. Yoko's I repeat, true. Yeah, a lot of them are already mainstream artists, and their anime songs tend to also become very popular, just in mainstream, unrelated to the anime. I watched it online in high school on the big screen. You think that one's level 3? Oh, you think this anime group is level 3? No, I think it's level 3 if you like go there and like you like meet them. You know? Okay, I is a bop. I can't deny. Is Baby Metal level 2? I think knowing their names and like following them is probably level 2. But I think your parasocialness is separate from this anime list. That was level 4. There's no level 4. Yeah, there's level 4 in the racism branch. Like, let's not call it the racism branch. There's 2. Okay, after level 2, it splits off. Okay, like, no, being aware of Baby Metal is one thing. Like, I know that AKB exists, but do I know their names? Do I follow them? Not really. I don't know where Baby Metal fits into this. But yeah, there's a couple tiers now. So like from level 2, it will split off. I don't really know how to best to format this for that. Only know of 2 of their stage names because it's Momo Metal and Moa Metal. That's kind of confusing, honestly. Pretty sure Baby Metal was pop culture at one point. Yeah, I mean, people probably know who they are. I don't know where they rank. I'm not going to speak definitively on Baby Metal, okay? Level 3. Level 3. Okay, can I have like different branches? Media branch, okay? Media branch. They're invited on stage by Metallica. Okay, that's pretty mainstream. How do we call it? Big Weeb? Welcome in, Young. Hope you're doing well today. We're in murky water. Yeah, it's hard to tell. Sunryo, get out of here! Not Sunryo. I don't think it's weeby at all. People just like cute stuff. What about Kyarpam? What? Super weeb scum. Scum. Pro weeb. Scum. We cannot call it scum. Super weeb. I kind of like super weeb. Super weeb? Pro weeb? Pro makes it sound like they're good. I don't know. Super weeb. Super weeb. We'll put that. Miju officially hates you. True. D-Gen. We would buy... Oh, we're getting there. We're getting there. Otaku? No. Okay. Wait, let's mull over this for a second. I have to pee again. I'm drinking way too much water. DJ anime. Okay, you guys come up with the you guys try to come to an agreement on a list of animes. I'm gonna take a break from this. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Enjoy the Malomart in the meantime. BRB. Okay, I'm back. Okay, we're did we come up with some? Did you guys think of some good tier 3 animes? Watches. How do we describe this? Okay. Watches. Extreme fan service or I want to call it obscure. An extreme fan service or an extreme fan service or extremely fan servicey or no, I think we're just going fan service. Extreme watches anime with extreme fan service. Degenerate content. Oh god, do we want to go here? Harem animes. Hey, get out of here, Angel. Obscene content, yeah, something like this. Wants a Japanese girl. No, that's the other tier law. Like this is just media, okay? There is a separate tier and it's for like Japanese culture and Japanese people related ones. We'll go over it, but like these tiers, these levels, yeah, like Super Weeb is a bit cringe, but you're not really hurting anyone, okay? In these tiers, like you're not like it's just media. Even if you're watching like degenerate anime porn, like you're not hurting anyone except yourself, maybe like whatever. But it has nothing to do with you don't apply this necessarily. Like this, you can be both, right? You can be both, but you don't necessarily apply this to Japanese people. You're gonna say that? I know you guys are saying that. Says ooh, true. If you like one harem anime, are you escalated instantly to tier 3? Yes. I would say so. Harem anime, what else? Watch extreme fan service. Like harem. That's not, it doesn't have to be capital, I think. Harem anime or degenerate content. Okay. Tier 3 weebs, level 3 weebs, out yourselves. What anime are these? Yeah, isekai is tier 1. Yeah, definitely. uses anime words in day-to-day conversations. Embarrassing. Yeah, nani baka uwu maybe a separate nani baka stuff like that. Senpai, true senpai. No one says this. Senpai, onichan, etc. Okay? How many body poses? Too many. One. San, oh yeah, kun. Something chan, you know, stuff like that. Okay. Call your homeboy senpai. Kishikano, we already know you're here. Don't worry. High School of the Dead is here. Any agreeers? High School DxD, High School of the Dead. Isn't nani an actual used word in Japan? Yes, but that doesn't mean the weebs are saying it. High School of the Dead. You agree? Okay. High School of the Dead. Put that there. Too much Sanford is less on. Maybe prison school should go here instead. Don't know. But it's not fan servicey, is it? Like, it's not like a harem anime. What is High School of the Dead? Any harem anime watchers? Or knowers? Because harem anime immediately is here. Welcome Insect. Dragon Ball. All men are shirtless. Cooner content. Oh my gosh, you're right, you're right. Fire Force is tier 1. What type of harem anime? Any harem anime. High School DxD. Why are they all called high school? This is very concerning. DxD. Food Wars, Kill la Kill. Any agreeers? What's harem anime? It's like, there's like usually a male protagonist and he's surrounded by women who just want to date him. Like everyone wants to date him. Mushoku Tensei, I don't know. Isekai. Food Wars for sure. Any agreeers? I need agreement from chat. Cause I have no idea. Prison School's fan service in a way that like a ridiculously voluptuous character, but she uses it to her strength. Maybe it's like a subversion of tropes? I don't know. Rent-A-Girlfriend? I've actually heard of Rent-A-Girlfriend though. But I've only heard about it from Trash Taste. You don't want to see the one I wrote? I need someone to agree with you though. I need you can send it again and someone can agree with you. You watch Trash Taste, you're level 5? Come on. Like having your food explode from eating tasty clothes. Your clothes explode. Food Wars? Okay. That sounds very fan servicey. Food Wars. Felt insert romances can go here. Like Dress Up Darling. Okay, you know what? Let's just go here. Let's just go here. I'm sure people get the idea, right? Dress Up Darling. Okay, we'll put Dress Up Darling. It's a self-insert dating sounds quite fan servicey. You just anime words day-to-day let's go first here. Has a lot of anime merchandise. Has a lot of anime merchandise. Let's say like multiple figurines and any number of body pillows. That kind of stuff. Anime stickers on your car. Yeah, that's degenerate behavior. Stuffed animal on your mind. It's not an animal. This is clearly Leon. You're part of the media branch. You actually don't need to have all. We'll put some rules at the top, but you don't actually need to have all of these. Because like a lot of these are like financial dependent. Like if you go, you don't go to a convention, but I would say like these are not required. You know, like because like it's kind of dependent on it's kind of dependent on like whether you can afford it, right? Like even if you could be a super weeb and you can't afford it, right? You had a girl over and she was not impressed by the figurines and that's girl repellent. Unless they're also super weeb. You watch that with Kimmy because it's romance. Okay, well you can blame Kimmy. Funkos aren't as bad as actual licensed figures. Yeah, those actual figures are really expensive. That's the thing. Like the figurines, some of them are so expensive. Falling in love, tier 3 weeb. Falling in love with a tier 3 weeb. It makes you one by association. No. What else? What else? I would say like this is also not required because it's money dependent, but like, or let's just say like, I want to say like, I feel like we don't need to put not required. I'll just put like a disclaimer at the top that you don't need all of them. They're just high. They're not some silly kids toy. They're highly collectible statues. I don't think the girl's gonna be impressed by that. Eats everything with chopsticks, even I don't think that's necessarily a weeb behavior. Anyone would fly cross country for a true. Wait, what was I gonna do? Oh yeah, heavily invested in Vocaloid, VTubers, or idol groups. I would say like groups. Follows their news closely or invests a lot of time or money. Heavily, yeah, follows their news closely or spends. Let's not use invest twice in one sentence. Eating a Japanese fast food restaurant? No, food is unrelated. Japanese food's just good. If you eat a burger with chopsticks, you're in the trenches. I don't know. A lot of weebs don't know how to use chopsticks, you know? Plus anime music in Western cities will drive. I don't think it's related. You got Mossburger and Mossburger's just good. I'm not gonna judge you for going to Mossburger. You have one Nendoro. What the hell is that? Cried when Gura graduated. Can we listen to the okay, that kind of spends a lot of time or money or is emotionally invested, okay? That can be in there. The fact that Yoko knows what you mean, tier 2 weeb. Tier 2 weeb. Kalani also knows. Guys, it's full of tier 2 weebs. Oh my god. This is actually a good way to expose all of y'all. Should have known. You know against your sure. This other one is willing to travel to anime conventions. Is willing to travel to anime conventions and prioritizes attending. That's pretty weeb behavior, right? When Jed Cupid to the playlist just recently because I realized it's not on here, and I love Cupid. I've listened to the song all the time, but I didn't realize it wasn't in the playlist. Actually, I have a question for you, Angel. Who sings this beginning line? Sorry. Where is it? Who sings this? Aran? And who sings this? Also, Aran, I like her. Is she the main vocal? She has a really nice voice. With the voice of a sign. She has a really beautiful tone. Okay, I immediately picked those out. I immediately picked her out. I was like, who sings this line? Who sings this line? She was a badass Sashi because she sounds so bad. She really suits this sound. Like her voice really suits this. Like it's really pretty, jazzy voice. Like That's not that common in K-pop because they don't usually go for that sound. Saw a meme with Cupid CS major students be like, oh no. Major buys pre-built cosplays. I do. I don't have the talent to make them myself. I don't even think I could sew a button onto a shirt. Can we do something? We do LARPer tier list. Oh my god. Such a shame because she carries and stands out. She really does. She really does. Like, as someone who doesn't follow 50/50 at all, like, she immediately stands out to me. Her voice is so nice. We just suspend as like child in the back. Hey, don't look. Yeah, I really like her voice. Anyway, I think this is what else would you guys put anything else in the super weeb tier? Like what else? Like we've covered everything. Vocaloid, VTubers, anime, idol groups, using anime words, manga? I feel like that kind of goes hand in hand with anime. I feel like liking manga puts you already at tier level 2. Right? Because like I don't think if you're a casual weeb, you're but I don't know. I don't know enough about it. I don't know how that's considered in the weeb community, you know? You got a manga library and Kalani, we already know you're here. You're talking about Gura graduating from Hololive. Like I don't know. Having a Japanese version manga collection? Bro. Having physical mangas tier 3. Making a weeb tier. It's a weeb severity chart actually. It's a weeb severity chart. Maid cafe enjoyer. That's separate. That's the other branch. Okay. You've been in this business since 2005. Just because you've been a weeb for a long time doesn't make it any different. Okay. Well, we'll leave it there unless you guys think of something else. Okay. I don't know where we would put manga. I feel like manga is like more niche, you know? Like it's like where would you even put that? We'd have to like separate. I think there's probably level 2 mangas and level 3 mangas, you know? I don't think it's really necessary. I think a lot of weebs don't know how to read, you know? Like, a lot of people don't read these days. It has nothing to do with weebery, you know? Manga's level 3. But there's so many fans who are like, oh, but the manga did this, you know? Like, so I feel like there must be some level 2s. One day Yoko will say something hella weeby, we can add. He already does. He said like, you know, like the Holo Live. Is next Sunday the theater kid tier list? I'm already a theater kid. It's okay. I'm not opposed to this. This is my tier, by the way. This is my specialty. This is your guys' specialty. This is my specialty. These are the people I deal with. Okay? This is culture branch. Okay? Culture branch. I would say super weeb. Super weeb. This is also super how would you call it? I don't know, sometimes people call themselves Japanophile. I don't know what they would go here. Why did I say level 3? There's 2 branches. There's branch. I need to put this in a different. Can I like put a column maybe? I want to make it clear that they're separate branches. Column break? Any column breaks? I don't know how to use Google Docs. There must be a way, right? Format columns. Ooh, okay. I've done it. Okay. Hold on. Format columns. 2 columns. Okay, but can this be over there? Oh. How do I fix it? How do you How does this work? Welcome in, hero. It's going well. Apparently I don't. Why is this so high up? Oh, what? Okay, level. Okay, I'm doing something. I'm doing some. Why is it going over there? Okay, you know what? Okay, I'll do this later. I'll format it later. Okay. New level. We can't work at Google. Do you guys know how to do it? You tell me. There's not a space on the. Okay. There's not a space. Let me make it. Let me remove the page breaks. Okay. There's a way to do this. Format. Pageless. Pageless. There we go. There we go. I've done it. I've done it. Don't worry. I figured it out. Format. For tools. No, no, no. Format. Nope. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Tools. Oh my god. Welcome in, Con. I'm just trying to figure out this Google Doc. Where'd the columns go? It was right there, right? Vim, you're trying to use a word processor. Oh no. Align and indent. Switch to page. Did it disappear because I'm using pageless? That doesn't make sense, right? Can I search? Search the menus. Columns. 1 column, 2 columns. Where'd it go? What? Is it because of the pageless? Switch to pages format. Yeah! It's because of the... Why? Why can't I use the columns in the pageless format? Isn't that weird? This is worse than me watching YouTube. Sue Google. Why? Okay, I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna make a table with, like, the borders are gonna be like, I'm gonna remove the borders, okay, on the table. But we'll do that. We'll do that after, so I can actually see what's going on. Okay, let me put. Okay. We'll get. Didn't you major? They don't teach us how to do Google Docs in school. We coded on pieces of paper. Okay. There we go. I've done it. I've done it. And look. We can do. This is my strategy. Okay. Table options. Okay, I actually don't know how to use Google Docs. I want to make the border color a border color, and we'll make it white. Or where's the border? Border style. Cell. Row. Quick layouts. No, this is stupid. Okay, I'm just gonna make it white. Oh, transparent. That's there. Oh no, that's different. Okay, you know what? Sorry, I've done it. It's all good. It's all good. Border width 0. Please repeat headers on table. Please repeat headers on table. What does that mean? If formatting OCD kicks in. Can't you do that but without page separation? Yeah, I can. Let's go pageless. Why is this a Google Docs formatting stream? What is this? Okay. No, I've done it. You see me just say I've done it? Because I have done it. What level of weave am I? Well, you're gonna have to look. You're gonna have to look and see this. Guys, I did it. Are you proud of me? Now we have the proper things. Thank you. What's level 1's title? Casual weave. Oh, sorry. It's not formatted properly. Sorry. Not a weeb. You happy? Last time I used it was on Skyward Sword. Oh, yeah, maybe. I've never done anything well since then. Actually flies to Japan. Yeah, I would say. So far, looks like I'm level 2. Okay. Let me put some rules at the top, actually. Notes. Rules. Let's put some rules here. Bows unironically. That's just being polite. If you go to Japan and you bow, I think you're just being polite. You watch all the DJ stuff when you might be reformed. You're allowed to be reformed, okay? Wednesday is formatting stream. True. Rules. I would say, what if I'm not invested in VTubers no more? You're gonna have to use your best judgment here, okay? Each, the list at each level is not, how do you say, like it's not exhaustive, or you don't need all of them. Not exhaustive, or what is the word for that? There must be a word for saying like you don't need all of them to count. All inclusive? That's the same as exhaustive. I want the opposite. You know what I mean? All encompassing? I guess we could just use that for all of it, right? For not all encompassing. All encompassing. You do not need to satisfy each what am I trying to say? You do not listen each level. And why is level capitalized? Who did that? Criteria. Each criteria. Oh, so smart. Okay, I'm trying to read chat and write this at the same time. It's very hard. You need to satisfy each criteria to qualify for that level. Okay, you know what? We don't even need that first part. We could just say this. You need to satisfy each criteria to qualify for that level. Yeah, you got it right before I said it. I know. My brain was just level. You saw 12 episode formatting anime. What a filler anime. Like, wow, it's boring. And I would say the two branches, media and culture, are not mutually exclusive. If you are weeb enough, you can fill out both branches. Think like in a skill tree. In a skill tree, okay? I think us gamers will understand what that means, right? Oh, true, you're right. Why does it sound like the list weeb reference? Why does it sound like the list of Death Note rules, you know? Only real weebs know the 12 episode, 24 episode differences? I don't know what that is. What if you're both level 3s, so you become a super weeb? Maybe. This might be the part I feel attacked. I think the culture part, I think none of you guys fall into it. I will say that first. I will say that, like, you might have some of it. You might be level 3, but I don't think any of you are level 4. Like, level 4 is like really really racist. Almost, you know? Not like racist in the aggressive sense or like the hateful sense, but racist in a different way, I would say. But I don't think any of you are level 4. Sorry, what is playing? By the way, what is this? Rosé. Oh, this is Rosé. Oh, how did we get here? Oh, it's because it was this is the last song added to the playlist. It must have failed to do the loop. That's probably why. It was like suddenly my playlist is not playing anymore. Okay, we're gonna try this again. Don't skip eyes one. We just played it. Okay, I'm sorry. Now you're gonna be like, everyone's gonna be like, oh, you're gonna pick the song. Okay. Okay, well, we won't put on the last one. Yeah, because I bet the loop thing turned off. YouTube is really terrible about that. You just got here. It's okay. We can listen to it again. We love iPhone. But yeah, let's put in. Yeah, you will automatically be counted as the highest level you qualify for even if you are missing you're missing some, you know, even if you're missing some criteria from lower tiers. How about that? How about lower levels? We won't call them tiers because it makes it sound like it's a good thing. Wanyang, your beloved, Yena. What about Umbi? We love a good Umbi as well. We love pretty much every member. I mean, there's a lot of members. Why do we glitch like that? Just go down to watch the rest of the page. Oh, true. You just see it. You wanna click on it, right? And welcome Mindine. Hope you're doing well today. Umbi and Yuri with your eyes one bias. I was actually a big Chaewon fan from the start. I knew like vocally like Yuri, obviously Umbi, and Chaewon were actually very strong. So I actually liked Chaewon a lot from the start. Chaewon barely had any line, but she was good at singing and she was good at dancing. She was very underrated. There's one I don't like, but I learned the hard way not to name them. Tell us. Come on. You gotta tell us. I have so much Sakura slander. Chad is used to it. Like, with love. I love Sakura. But I will slander her, you know? Okay. And I love Cheon as well. Like, Cheon, so underrated. Like, yeah, she's the best dancer, but she's also quite a decent singer. Chaeryung? Isn't she an ITZY? Constructive criticism is the nastiest, meanest thing you can say. No. Sakura was your visual bias and eyes one. Nice. Maid Cafe. Are we talking about the tier list? Cheon. No relation to Cheong. Yeah. It's her sister. Wait, who? I thought we were talking about eyes one. Chaeryung is an ITZY. Sorry, Chaeyeon is in eyes one. So I am talking about Chaeyeon, the one who's really good at dancing. Eyes one. Because you said there's one you don't like, and it's Chaeryung, but she's an ITZY. You like either. You just hate their family. I see. I think you could argue that they all cheated to get on because we don't know what would have actually been if the votes were not rigged, right? And attractiveness is subjective, but I know they got a lot of hate for not fitting the Korean beauty standards, but I really don't think I personally do not think that visual should be the be all end all, but it kind of is in K-pop. Like, as much as I would love it to be based on talent, and Cheon is a really, really good dancer. Like, she's one of the best dancers in K-pop, right? Or she's up there. She's definitely in the top 10 or like whatever. But that's not enough for people, right? Like, people just want to, like, they only care about looks. Espacino floss, all vocal, all raps, all visuals. They're all very talented, yeah. Who cheated? Well, Eyes One were on Produce 48, and Produce 48 was rigged. Like, so, like, people voted on it, and but the votes actually didn't matter. It was rigged. But that's not their fault. Like, they didn't do anything. You're not a hater, but you're not a fan. I think even if their dad like paid them to get into it, you cannot deny. I think you have them confused, by the way. Cheon in Eyes One, she's the main dancer, and she is. I don't think I don't think you can genuinely say that she is not talented enough to be in the group. Like, attractiveness, whatever, is subjective. I guess for Korea, maybe not subjective, but like, attractiveness is one thing, but she is a better dancer than majority of K-pop idols. So I don't think you can. I don't know. Like, Chaeyoung is a good dancer too, but she's not like the best or anything like that. I think it's confusing because they have similar names. It's no Asa because of Street Fighter, and now you're a big fan. Produce 101. Produce 101 was rigged? Was it? I thought it was just Produce 48. Never said that. It's just okay. I thought you were implying that because you talked about their rich dad. But yeah. I mean, fair enough. I mean, I don't have any problem with people like. I don't have any problem. You said cheating. Okay. Yeah. I don't have any problem with people being like, oh, I don't necessarily find this idol attractive. Like, obviously, people find different things attractive, and that's like your personal preference. But I think sometimes people go so far and they're like, oh, like people just like when people go like, oh, like this girl's so ugly. Like, how did she get in here? Like, her face is disgusting. You know, like some people just go too far. I'm not saying you did. You obviously did not. But like a lot of people go too far. So sometimes I'm like, when people, I think the reason why a lot of people maybe are, don't like when you say that is because like a lot of people do already, discount them for their looks. Because like, I feel like, you know, K-pop is already very looks focused. Not sure about 101. Yeah, I think they're not, I can't remember exactly which ones were rigged. I felt so out of the loop. Oh no, not knowing anything about contemporary K-pop. It was like a big scandal. Basically Survival show, it was rigged. In the casual scene, Yuri in Squid Game. She did good, and she's so pretty. It's just weird to me that it's like 11 cute girls and one that's not, in your opinion. I mean, there always has been certain idols that don't exactly fit the Korean beauty standards, but I think it's a good thing, you know. Like, I think we should have some variety. Like, they like to say. I personally think that they're all very pretty, especially like, you know, idols are just generally pretty, but yeah, Korean beauty standards are very messed up for sure. And I think like good styling and makeup and stuff can go a long way. She was like, you baited me into this. I wanted to know. I thought there was gonna be some Sakura slander. They did consider Hwasa ugly and great. And also like Gio. Like anyone who doesn't fit their exact beauty standards is considered ugly, and you're like, that's not really how it works. Like, I think a lot of people are very pretty. And I think there should be some variety, you know? Like, they're like, oh, like, we pick idols because of their talent. That is such a lie. Like, obviously we know that's a lie. There's so many idols that, no offense, there's people way more talented than them out there. There's people way more talented than out there, and a lot of people are like, some people are chosen off the street. They don't know if those people off the street can sing. They just know they're pretty, right? So obviously, it's, as much as they like to say otherwise, it is absolutely about looks. Also, it's not ugly. What the heck, Korea? They just have like really specific standards, right? It's like, oh, you have to look exactly this way, otherwise you're ugly, you know? It was like, Sakura, you think your ears are a little bit... Damn, Con, you're picky. It's on a deal breaker. Bro, are you a K-pop judge? What group are you guys talking about? IZ*ONE. IZ*ONE. I thought they trained them for different lengths of time. That is true, but I don't necessarily think they train them until they're ready. I think many idols... I think their length of time is more to do with when they're gonna debut the group, in my opinion. Because from what I can tell, like, it's either it has to do with, one, their age, obviously, and then two, when they're gonna debut the group. Because I don't think the idols who have trained for a short amount of time necessarily are better idols in terms of their singing and dancing ability. You're pretty, want to be a K-pop? That happens all the time. They literally get scouted off the street. The 10-year-old can't debut, but the 15-year-old can't. Exactly. I think less naturally talented people probably need more training. They should, but they don't always do, right? Like, sometimes they just debut them untalented. I think they'll usually wait until they're at least decent at dancing, because they can't hide it, but a lot of them debut not being able to sing. Like Kazuha, for example. I love Kazuha. Everyone knows I love Kazuha. She did not train for very long. And she already kind of could dance because she's like a ballet dancer, but she cannot sing. Girl cannot sing. And they debuted her immediately after they knew she couldn't sing, and they debuted them. I hear she was given some producers card at the best. Yeah, that happens all the time. Just look them up. Sakura's not unattractive. She's pretty. I mean, yeah, we all have our different like tastes, but I feel like Kon is being very picky. I personally think, like, you know, if idols have a slight imperfection or something that's like slightly different about them, I think that makes people more attractive. Personally, like if someone has like you know, like sometimes for example, like Nayeon and her teeth, like she had like really big front teeth, and like technically that's not perfect, but like I think that's, I don't think we should like surgically remove every imperfection, right? I mean, they can if they want, but I think a lot of times it's not really their choice. It's a difficult subject for sure. You know, like I think, you know, like it's a difficult subject for sure. Gadam was a good singer too, apparently. So I think they intended to have her as like a stronger singer in the group. So but then they like obviously like lost her because of the really stupid scandal, honestly. I think we talked about like bullying scandals before, right? Like even like the really like minor ones, it's like come on. But sometimes they're really major ones. You know, yeah, I know, God. Yeah, you're allowed to have your opinion, and you're doing it very respectfully. It's fine, yeah. Like as long like, you know, I would draw the line of saying like, you know, like if you're like, you know, if you're like, oh, Sakura looks disgusting because her ears are too big. That's like, you know, that's obviously that's very disrespectful. But like if it's your own, like no one's forcing you to be attracted to anyone. And welcome in lawyer. Nayeon lost the bunny teeth. Yeah, I mean that's kind of a weird example because it's obviously not her decision, and I think she got a lot of like backlash for her own. It's weird because like she gets so much backlash for her own appearance. Clearly, she didn't like she's at the point in her career where I think she clearly chose that for herself. But like people are like shaming her for like making her appearance the way she wants it to look, right? And it's one thing to be like, oh, like I thought the bunny teeth were cute too, but if she doesn't like it, then fair enough. Personal details of appearance can be very attractive. Oh, absolutely. I mean, we all have our different faves, right? While not generally considered aesthetic by themselves. Yeah, and also like speaking of Korean beauty standards, like a person that is considered very beautiful in the West, or someone who is considered very beautiful in Korea, like that perfect ideal is completely arbitrary and very dependent on stuff like culture and stuff like that. But it's also very like an objective beauty standard does not really exist. And I think, you know, we all have our different preferences. Unforgiven, speaking of Le Seraphim. It's all personal preference for sure. Yeah, exactly. Like we all have our. Okay, let's put it on a positive light. What's everyone's For what's everyone's like, who's the K-pop idol or actress or whatever that you think is like number one, like peak attractiveness? Because for me, you guys know I love Kaza right now. I also love I also really love Jenny and IU. A lot of people actually. Squid Game recruiter? I mean, we won't argue with you about Gongyu, okay? Like he is considered extremely attractive, and he's a really good actor. One Young's beautiful. One Young is. I mean, okay. There's some people also that like 99% of people will agree. There's some people who are a bit more of like niche taste, I guess. Like for example, like Adam Driver. He has a very like unique. I think the more like unique the look, the more polarizing it may be. Like some people might not be attracted to him, and some people may be really attracted to him. Stuff like that. Lee Ji-young. Okay. Irene. You can't argue with Irene. How do you expect me to possibly answer this? Bratsy, you gotta go for it. You don't follow female idols. You can say a male idol. I like male idols. I like Dino. I like Dino a lot. I think V V from BTS is very pretty. I don't know. I don't know that many male idols. I think I like actors more for men. I mean, does Tim Henson count as an idol? For me, it's Chaewon, Lisa, and Winter. Yeah. I love Chaewon as well. Lisa, yeah. Goriri, one of the only ones you know of, yeah. There are people that are just undeniably good looking. Yeah, absolutely. Are we going off just looks or can perceive personality and interest back? You mean your parasocial attachment to what you perceive their personality to be? Let's just go off looks. You can go off like their vibe and their like brand, I guess, as well. What if I say one for every gen? You gotta just pick some. 10 yeah, 10 burpees, absolutely. You don't follow male K-pop, but you know BTS. Yeah, I like V from BTS. I think he's a beautiful man. You know who Alexander Wang is? I think I've heard of him, but I don't know what he looks like. I just said Lee Ju-young while Jio singing. True. What about your girl Jio? Oh my god, the other day, I mean yesterday, Ricky's such a big Jio fan, and he was like, Nayeon might be the best singer in Twice because she's the main vocal. And I was like, how could you say that as a Jio fan? I was like, Nayeon's a good singer, but like, she's not on the level of Jio. Parasocial, protective, what you think of personality would be. Okay, take care. Enjoy your afternoon tea. That sounds amazing. I know Rain. Oh, Rain, yeah. From the terrible movie Ninja Assassin. Based on looks, it's IU, BB, and Winter. Factoring how they perceive its fellow gamer, Sakura. True. Imagine someone says Kim Jong-kook. Maybe they're really into... I think some guys would. If they're like, who do you want to look like? You know, and they're like, I want to be as ripped as Kim Jong-kook, you know? Valid. You know, everyone in S5... Our things are getting very broad. Our lists are getting very broad. I mean, you guys know, for like male actors, my favorite male actors are, I like the guy from, you guys have ever seen, what's that what is that, not anime, what is that drama called? The one where she like takes off her makeup, or no, she like learns how to, she's like ugly, but she's like not ugly, and then she like puts on makeup, and then she becomes pretty, but she was already kind of pretty. She was already really pretty, which, what was that called again? Beauty something? Sidori? No. It's very 1980s. You know the one. The what? Cha Eun-woo is in it. Eun-woo is in it. Something. What is that called? It's something like that. Okay, and the guy in it, the guy in it, the guy on the motorcycle, True Beauty. That's the one. Yeah. And oh my god, I'm obsessed with this guy. Let me pull him up. Let's see what the men think of this guy. What's his name? Sojun. Han Sojun. This guy. Let me pull him up. This guy, I love. Like I didn't like the drama. I didn't like the drama, but this guy shows up. I'm watching the whole thing. Unu, no, this guy. He's my favorite. I didn't watch that many K-dramas. On the first picture, he's hot. This one, the one where he's the one where he's drawn. It's from like what am I trying to say? It's like a webtoon, maybe. The first one you clicked on. This one, very handsome. Ratty weed behavior. The anime one is hot. This guy's my favorite. Beauty and the Beast. Oh my god. He's 18. He's 30, by the way. He's like a high school student. He's definitely not in high school. No offense to him. He's wearing a lot of makeup and they have the skin blurring, but like, he is clearly not a high school student. He's 30. Yeah. He's a model. He's like an actor, but he's like mainly a model. That's why he's so handsome. So, he's like 32 or something, plays like early 20s. Yeah, she's everyone's out here playing high school students at 30, you know? It's giving us like unrealistic standards, you know? Like it's like you watch like, you know, those like teen you watch like Teen Wolf, and those people are like definitely like 28 years old, you know? And like no one looks like that in high school. The first K-drama I ever saw was Business Proposal. Okay, Business Proposal is a great one. I don't love K-dramas because it can be, speaking of tropes, like K-drama has really questionable tropes, but like Business Proposal is so good. Sejong is one of my favorite idols. Not like she's really beautiful, but not just in terms of looks, just in terms of like her music and her talents and stuff like that. I'm closing in 30 and can play a 35-year-old. Ratsy, put on some sunscreen. Get the sunscreen. No, the main thing is sunscreen. Like skincare is important for having like healthy skin, but like you're gonna look young for a long time if you wear sunscreen. Okay, sorry, we totally abandoned our tier list. This is my specialty in this branch, okay? Okay, you guys have to pick up what I'm putting down here, okay? Don't deflect it. I got distracted by Han Sojun. Can you blame me? Clearly weed behavior. Oh my gosh. Okay. This is like loves culture branch the whole. I know it's staring at it. Ricky was like, it's right there. Continue it. He needs to see if he's part of this. Culture branch loves Japan, the country. Loves Japan, the country, and wants to live there, and possibly wants to live there, you know, and possibly wants to live there. Wants to live there. Sorry, I'll put the period at the end because you guys get mad. Blank in Japan is better. You know what I mean? This behavior. Blank. What did I do? Help. What have I done? Blank it at home. Blank in Japan. You know what I mean? You guys know what I mean? In Japan thinks everything is better in Japan. Okay? Something wants Japanese girlfriend. That is tier 4. I think it's tier 4. Because this is culture branch. Culture branch. The country. I would say like culture branch. I think this is fine. purposely calls convenience store the konbini? Convene? Exclusively buys Japan branded food. I don't think anyone does that. Work culture in Japan is horrible. Exactly. I think everything is better in Japan and romanticizes the country, okay? Romanticizes the country, I would say. Is matcha? No, I think liking matcha is fine. Matcha is good, okay? I don't know if food is necessarily related. How else would we describe these people? Likely is actively learning Japanese despite having no use case for it. No use case for it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like having no use case for it. Despite, let's say, like, despite not, yeah, like, okay, I'll just say likely is actively learning Japanese without a use case for it. You're distracted. What do you mean by Japan, the country? Like the country. Okay, well, I guess that's kind of redundant. Is what you're saying? It's redundant. I guess there's nothing else it could be. If you know the country. If you know Japan exists, level 3 weeb. Yakuza? What about the Yakuza? Like, what the sorry. I just wanted to be clear. As opposed to what? I don't know. Okay, fine. Japan the movie. You guys know the movie. Maybe there's a band. I don't know. Loves Japan and possibly wants to live there. Blank at home versus blank in Japan. Thinks everything is better in Japan and romanticizes the country, okay? You mean the country? This is fine. This is just saying Japan again without saying Japan, okay? Likely is actively learning Japanese without a use case for it. What else? I don't really know what else. I feel like this is maybe fine. Has checked out. I think it's kind of included and wants to live there, you know? I don't really know what I was trying to think of, like, oh, maybe they're like always looking at Japanese food or whatever, but like I don't really think that's really relevant, you know? Like I don't really think that is. Gonna link the list and you come. Yeah, we are. Okay, let's go level 4. You guys can think of level 3 things, but I think like it's all level 4 culture branch. So in this one, I think the issue okay. This person, can't you rent a girlfriend in Japan? I don't think so. I think maybe you can. I'm sure there's services where you can like pay for a date. I don't know. I don't think they'll become your girlfriend. I'm sure that exists here. Like you could pay someone to like be your +1 to a wedding or something. Checking out these services. You okay, Rancy? Should we put maid cafes in here? I don't know. I feel like it's maybe separate. I'll say in this case, they're probably, I say in this case, maybe they're like not super familiar with like the intricacies of the culture or anything like that. I don't know. Speed did that? That poor girl. That poor girl. I'm so sorry. 300. Yeah, actually, yeah. Ratzi for real. 300 burpees. Go do it. Okay. The Japan Muslims live there. Likely acted in Japan without a use case for. I don't know if we're including people in this. I would say like in this tier, still, mostly just ignorant about the realities of Japan and its problems, but will be open to learning. I would say we'll be open to learning. We'll be open to learning. I think this is level 3, and this is like you're still okay. Like you might be misguided. You might be misguided, but you're not. It's not harmful. Okay. Like and then this one, I would say, this one is going too far, I would say. How would you put it this way? Culture branch. I would say, okay, I'll call this the Japan branch. And I would call this like culture, okay? And this is Japan branch people, okay? And let's be clear, I don't think any of you guys are this. And this is really, I think this is where it gets very problematic, okay? And this is where it gets very harmful. I would say has wrong or generalized expectations. Has wrong or generalized expectations about Japanese people and what they are like. I would say. And maybe like wants to date a Japanese person specifically because they're Japanese. Like if you're interested in someone and they happen to be Japanese, that's not a problem. But like if you're seeking them out just to find, like you just want a Japanese person. You don't like, it doesn't, the person they are doesn't matter to you as much as the fact they're Japanese. That's obviously a problem, you know, because like obviously Japanese people are people too. I would say to put this here. A Japanese person, Japanese person, gaijin hunters do that too. It doesn't make it okay. I don't think that's okay for any demographic, unless you're like, you know. I mean, it's really not okay for any demographic. Has wrong generalized expectations of Japanese people and what they're like. Once a Japanese person, specifically they're Japanese. Yeah, wants to sorry. Wants a Japanese person specifically because they are Japanese. What else can we put here? I don't know. I think this is conclusive, right? Why is this? I want no feedback on suggestion. Suggestion is wrong, not I want. Oh my god. Work culture? What would be in here? Why would work culture be in here? My computer exposing me. I mean, okay, so they're Japanese, and they themselves are not Japanese. But like, I think that's, you wouldn't even be in this list if you're Japanese. Because like, if you're Japanese and you want to date a Japanese person because they share your culture, then like that's not the same thing, right? I do this story of an Asian cosplayer where Congoer asked her what her ethnicity was. When she told the guy how she was Chinese, he literally was like, "Oh, I came to this con because I wanted to get a Japanese girlfriend." Sag. Yeah, people are like that. I get those comments. Like, we ban these people on the stream. Like, it's not uncommon for people to say stuff like that. Trying to get you there, apparently. But I don't think it's problematic for wanting to date someone of your own culture, right? Like that's nothing, that's not related to this. Because like I think this branch inherently means you're not Japanese, right? Because like obviously if you're Japanese, you're not gonna really have these problems, and you're not gonna have like if you're Japanese, you're not gonna have this, right? Because you yourself are Japanese, unless you think you also fall into that stereotype. Like that doesn't really work, right? So I think this applies. You ever had some cringy ass DMs before? What do you think? What do you think? I'm a woman on the internet. I have. Calling a Japanese person level 4 weeb because they have a Japanese partner. Wow, like Japan's full of weebs apparently. And rules. Japanese people are not considered. Japanese people, these criteria do not apply to Japanese people. These levels do not apply to Japanese people, especially the Japan branch. I think this rule is not that relevant because how many Japanese people are gonna be here? Next time you get one, send them the Google Doc. Only if they're being weeby. I mean, you guys know, like the. Okay, I'm done with this list. I'll share it with you guys. Okay. But yeah, there's so many people like that in school, man. That's the reason I have PTSD about weebs. I'm meeting level 4 weebs at school. They're seeking me out. They see my name and they're like, "Oh, are you Japanese?" And then they start sending me like weird, cringy Japanese messages. You know? Yeah, like literally like saying like senpai or calling me like Maya-chan or stuff like that. That has happened. Has happened not infrequently. You know, especially with the correct type of the word, it's a hard one. One day I'd love for Miju to give us our cringiest DMs with info obscured. I thought about doing stuff like, you know, like they do like unban requests or something like that. But a lot of them are like, this is like a family friendly stream and a lot of them are really inappropriate. Japanese messages that they got yes, oh, wait, okay, that happens like once a week though. That happens like once a week in chat. And like sometimes they're weird, sometimes they're like really weird, but sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're just like, or I mean, sometimes they're just like, they're like konnichiwa Maya-chan or something, you know. Or sometimes they're like really weird compliments that are clearly most of them are just copy pasted Google Translate. This is the name Maya and the heat seeker missiles and no, it's more like Maya because Maya's an English name as well. It's more my last name because I obviously have a Japanese last name. Leave me alone, you level 4. Start using it as an insult. You level 4. Here's the doc. There you go. You guys can send this to your friends. Doing that gives you the same energy as those shirts that you can buy in Japan that have the most random English words printed on them. True. It's a that does happen. But yeah, we'll start calling people by their level. Oh wait, I forgot to ask. What level are you? What level are you? I'll put it like this, okay? We need to know. You're level 0, liar. Liar. You're gonna send it to your friends that read One Piece manga and then they'll bully me for watching stream. Nice. But you can bully them for being a weeb right back. You can call them a level 4. You're level 0. I actually do believe that, Ratsu, but we know you're like one step away, you know? Like you're gonna watch like... You're gonna see a clip from like... Dress Up Darling. And then they're gonna immediately like... You're gonna be cooked, you know? You're not a weeb. Liar! X level 2, current level 1. Okay. I'm totally a 0. Yeah, I'm not believing any of this. Can't lie, level 3. What qualifies you to level 3? Media brand. Yeah, I know. Mokamin Nikapa, what's your glasses power? -6. Very sad. Gonna discover Vocaloid one? No, you're gonna discover Ratzi. We have to keep you away from Hololive. Like, genuinely, we have to keep you away from Hololive. Like, it is gonna be very dangerous for you. I only see one season of the quintessential quintuplets. I cannot be level 3. Chat can judge. I'm level 3, we all know this. Hololive is not for the weak. Oh god, yeah, save yourself, Ratzi. We have to keep him away from that. What is someone they would, what would you call someone who is a subtle elitist? Like, they'll criticize you for watching dubbed anime? I'd call them Chicano. No, that's just gatekeeping. I think gatekeeping behavior is separate from, like, it's like separate. It's not related to your weeb level. It's like, it's just your own personality trait. Like, I don't think it's related to weeb. Like, I think you can be a really welcoming, non-gatekeepy level 3 weeb. Like, you could be like a super weeb and still not gatekeep. I've seen those 3 anime during your high school weeb days, but you still love Food Wars to the... Yeah, that's a level 3. Goodar, that shark girl, Hololive, you two tried to get me to watch them by showing up being recommended. Stay away, Ratzi. Like, no joke, stay away. Level 4 is watch dub. What? I don't think that, yeah, exactly. It's not a weeb exclusive behavior. Like, you can be gatekeepy towards anything. Like, you could be gatekeepy towards music. Like, for example, FromSoft fans, we don't consider FromSoft games weeby, but they're gatekeepy as hell, right? Like, so I don't think it's related to, I don't think it's necessarily exclusive to weebs. Yeah. You could be gatekeepy about, like, farming, you know? You could be gatekeepy about being a hockey fan, like, you know? Like, it's like, you could gatekeep anything. Not related. But yeah, I am not on this list, because, you know, rule 4. As we say, rule 4. But I have seen Studio Ghibli movies. I've not seen Attack on Titan or Pokemon. Miju's a gatekeeping hockey fan. True. Gatekeeping your scythe technique for efficient coin harvesting. I guess that's called just competitive. You know, just being competitive. I don't know. We'll just start. I'll make like a. When you say people from Japan, do you mean the country? No, yeah, I don't mean the country. I mean the movie. You know me. You know Japan. I'm never gonna live that down. Japan, the country. Angels in the Farm Sim Esports League. True. Well, I'll make a command for it, and we'll use weeb. Do you think weebs will read all this? They must, right? I'm sure they will read this. It's a great doc, though. This is the official weeb tier list, or the weeb severity chart. They can't read, alright. Only the manga readers will be able to get in here. Fair enough. Should have made it Japanese with... True! Can anime fans... That's true. Anime fans can read, because they're reading all the subtitles. They must be able to read pretty fast, you know? Thank God your manga library... You're already tier 3, Kalani. It's too late. It's too late. It doesn't matter. Whether we include it or not, the result is the same. But yeah. I didn't realize it's already 1 o'clock. Put the link at the FAQ. Oh my gosh. You should get some Earl Grey with some graham crackers. You're level 4 UK. No, you're not. You have to have the digestives. You gotta get those chocolate digestives, and then you'll be truly there. Or some Lotus biscuits. Those are big as well. You level 3. Yeah. We'll start having like a, you know, like on Reddit you can have like the flare. We need that for like, we need that for the server. Oh, we can have, sorry, that exists. that exists. It's called server roles. Oh my god, we should make roles. Okay, I'm gonna share this on the Discord, and I'm gonna make some roles so you guys can you guys can get your levels. That was the longest just chatting stream. Yeah, we had a lot of time today, so that's why. Downgraded to level 3 UK Abu. Oh no. Yeah, I love a song. I love a song. It's a good one. We'll end on this one. How about that? Song with Dua Lipa is a banger. I do like this one. It's cute. Okay. But yeah, we will end it here for today. Join the Discord though, because we will Japan the country. Who is this? But yeah, I will join the Discord if you haven't already, and I'll share this doc in there, and maybe we can have some server roles just for fun, okay? And tier zeros will get, or level zeros will get some bonuses, you know? But yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching today. Have a good rest of your weekend, and I'll be streaming again on Wednesday for some Genshin, very non-weeby Genshin. But if you don't like Genshin because you're not a weeb, then join me on the weekend, and I'll be streaming just chatting as usual, 9 a.m. Pacific. But yeah, thanks for watching everyone, and I'll see you next time. Bye.